make sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
That's right, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, thanks so much.
All right, J-Man.
Have a great day.
Always a pleasure.
He seemed busy today.
Yeah, he's got a lot of people on this topic. And
it's a big topic right now.
You've seen stories about this, and that's the other thing too. Is not only the fake companies that are doing this stuff, that are putting quote unquote bad THC products into fake packaging, but some of the more reputable companies out of California that are allowed to sell marijuana and have a license to do so are using the packaging that is very similar to a lot of candies and chips and stuff that you see in store shelves today.
The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WIBX, its staff, management, or parent company, Town Square Media.
If we take the jail first, we'll have a place to lock up all the others. Then there's Keeler. He took over the bank as soon as the judge was murdered.
But I think that's because when you make tough decisions, you're left to deal with the repercussions.
But seriously, dear, I've done so many of these shows across the nation, helped so many people, and guided them to my website. And
look at this.
What is this, a joke program? I mean, what type of a program are you running here?
Here comes a ball.
Go.
Did you hear that hair?
Be hungry. First on Fox, boys.
Yo, New York! Warning radio personality Bill Keeler is no longer on the air. He was fired yesterday over a contract.
Father O'Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Great Paul Well in Lynchburg, Virginia. How are you?
Good morning. I saw the rain coming down yesterday, and it came down, and it came down, and it kept coming, and it kept coming harder. And then did you see in the Cedarville area, Elizabethtown Road, just south of Ilion, there was another questionable. What was it? Was it just high winds? Was it a tornado? But it ripped off the roof of a barn and did some other damage up there. That would be south of, before you get to Cedarville, and south of Ilion.
Yeah, this is becoming a regular occurrence. Something that was a once every 50, 100 years is now becoming a regular basis here.
I just have not seen anything. We've never seen anything close to like this. So it's easy to say, well, we talk about the hottest day ever. How long have we been keeping the figures? Does it go back to 1900? Does it go back to 1800? Were there hotter days before? There could very well have been.
Yeah.
However, they do say the Earth in general is warmer. But when you look at something like this, where we've had, what, in New York State?
28.
28. Now, I don't know that yesterday was a tornado, but the National Weather Service will investigate. All I can tell you is these people are cleaning up after if it wasn't a tornado, it was a very severe thunderstorm yesterday.
Yeah, so on our website, below footage shows the area by Gage and Stroop Roads. There's a man by the name of Jason Fisk, who's a local weather observer. He was the first to report on the possible tornadic activity in the town of Columbia. His post read, very defined left and right edge of possible tornado near Cedarville. Shane and I, that must be a friend of his, were texting back and forth while there was two cells merging. I watched as the inflow gained speed and got really ripping. I took off after it. I got near and under the rotation a few times, then decided to get up ahead of it and wait for it to come to me. I witnessed smaller branches floating through the rotation and larger limbs on full-grown trees snap off. This year has been something else for storms.
I'd love to get him. I would love to get him if you can get him on the air. So I do. You can look on Facebook too. You'll see a lot of the damage. But Yeah, was it a tornado? Sounds like it may very well have been, but I can tell you that trees down. In one case, the roof of a barn was blown off, and this just continues. There was a story on Friday about mpox, monkeypox. Turns out that the health department had a map that was completely a map from like 10 years ago that didn't say anywhere on there that it showed that Onondaga had like 7 or 8 cases. Yeah. Oneida County had 2. Madison had 1. And we heard from the health department, the Oneida County Health Department and County Executive Anthony Pacini's office on Friday saying the information is wrong. There are no cases here. However, the World Health Organization has issued a World Health Alert. We do not have any cases here. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my understanding of it. And thank goodness.
I guess, yes. Thank goodness. Who wants monkeypox?
I don't want anything, let alone mpox, as they're calling it now.
Why the change in name?
I have no clue.
Okay, all right. Maybe we're now discriminating against monkeys or something. Right. So we've decided we're going to change the name up.
We don't want to offend them. Yeah.
Big week 2 this week. The New York State Fair gets underway. Which means we are 2 weeks away from Labor Day.
Which means the end of summer, which means depression.
I know that I know some teachers, and
yes.
Do you know that a week from Thursday, there are some schools that are reporting. They'll do their a week from this Thursday.
Oh,
so they'll be doing Superintendent's Day and that sort of thing. Stephen says, by the way, the close of the Herkimer County Fair was yesterday. He said, I was at the Herkimer County Fair, and Megan from WIBX was there broadcasting along with Jen from Big Frog or whatever. I don't know, Davey. Can you clear this up?
We got a new staff member that joined, or what?
Jenny Bug. Is it Jenny Bug or Jenny Ribbit?
They did it on Saturday. They were there from 2 to 4.
Okay.
It was Jen from Sales Jen.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and Megan.
Well, the
Jen Bug's a good name.
I like it. That you need these names. I can build frog names for you. Nonetheless, Stefan was there and it went through the entire weekend without trouble. So good to hear that, Stefan. Nice job. Coming up, we'll talk to Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. We'll get the latest too on that bank robbery that occurred on Friday in the city of Utica at Bank of Utica. That quite interesting because turns out there were 2 people from Connecticut. Mm-hmm. That were. I'm not sure why they were here. We'll find out the latest from Lieutenant Mike Curley on that. A blast from the past. Jim Zecca, who remains an enormous Trump supporter.
He does.
Will be on the radio this morning. We'll speak with him. County Executive Anthony Pacini is on. We'll also talk about the Leading Edge Awards from Mohawk Valley Edge. And I believe they've been given a new name. Is that correct? In honor of Steve DeMeo?
Yeah, well, there's definitely an award being given for him, but the whole award ceremony will revolve around Steve's memory and all that he's accomplished over his years at Mohawk Valley Edge. And
well, what
tragically passing away too soon.
A tragic loss and an enormous loss. Last night I was given a tip to watch, and I think it's been around for a while, but on Netflix it's called The Two Popes. And because we were, there a couple of weeks ago, it kind of
felt real.
Maybe we should watch it.
Yeah.
Man, that was really, really good. If you care to know anything about the current Pope and the last Pope and the relationship between them and the difference between the two of them, which is pretty enormous, one conservative, one not, it is a very interesting movie that's based on real events.
Okay, so yeah, I was going to say
it's a 2-hour movie. It is
inspired by true events.
Anthony Hopkins plays Benedict. And then the current Pope is played by another guy who I've seen before, but he looks very much like the Pope, the current Pope. Anyway, if you had any interest, it would be something to check out. All right. Listening to the two of you whine over the Yankees this morning, for God's sakes, you got to give it up. How many games above 500? Were there 2 games in first place? Are they 2 games ahead of the Orioles?
No,
They're tied with
they're
Baltimore.
tied.
Okay.
And I'm
all
a
right.
Mets fan for the next 3 days,
I
starting
see.
tonight.
Because the Mets are playing Baltimore.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take my Mets.
Go Mets.
Mets hatred hiatus. The next 3
Okay.
days.
All
Let's
right.
go METS Mets. I'm on board with them for the next 3 days.
Okay, so you're looking for some help here.
Well, we're gonna need it because we're playing the Cleveland
Did
Guardians.
you watch the Buffalo Bills game on Saturday
Saturday
night?
night,
Real quick?
I did watch it.
Yeah.
Davey, they won.
Listen, it's
And it's the
preseason.
preseason.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
team is in disarray. If Mitchell Trubisky goes down with the knee
Well,
injury,
they're
in deep
gonna
doo-doo without no
they're-
backup quarterback.
they're going to. I'm not sure that they're very happy with Trubisky as a backup quarterback. So I would not be surprised if the Bills pick up somebody else before this weekend.
There's talk about a former Miami Dolphin maybe coming in to
Yeah.
be the backup, Mr. Ryan Tannehill.
Oh wow! You
Boo.
may see a move by the Bills because they are weak in the quarterback department.
Yeah, Mr. DiNucci ain't going to be doing it. Old Benny boy.
And the other, and the other, Josh Allen did not play on Saturday because they had so much rain, so he did not play. Again, I thought they got their running game going. I thought the line was good and strong. They had a strong defense. Obviously you've got Trubisky in for most of the game. I was pretty pleased with that performance. You not so much.
No, but if like I said, if the
Well, I
knee
see the way you handle the Yankees, so I can only imagine how unpleased you'll be with the Bills.
if the knee injury is severe as they know, if they announce it today, they got to go out and make a move.
Well, I think the concern for me would be he couldn't get anything going at all.
Right.
So
And he knows the system because he was there 2 years ago. But but it was with Dorsey, but now it's with the other Joe Brady.
Today is National Potato Day. Potato Day.
Nice.
Remember the old Dan Quayle potato. Spelling potato. Any memories of that? And today is also National Soft Ice Cream Day.
All right.
When the fair gets underway, Davey,
Wednesday.
on Wednesday. Yeah. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for you to enjoy fair food, including soft ice cream.
And I will partaking in the fair one day.
I'm sure you will. I would not be surprised.
And I didn't make it to the Herkimer County Fair the other night, so I couldn't give a full report like I wanted to. So that's why we went with Stefan's report.
Okay. All right. Thank you. A hospital in
Thank
Georgia
God.
is accused of losing a piece of a man's skull.
What's that?
You
now?
think people are complaining about healthcare around our parts? Imagine this. In Georgia, the hospital lost a piece of the man's skull. They removed it during surgery for a brain bleed. Then they fixed Fernando Cluster with a synthetic piece after they lost his skull fragment that would have been used to place back almost as like you would with I hate to bring this and put it this way, but like you'd cut off the top of a pumpkin, you'd put it back on. That's really kind of what they were planning to do.
It back in place,
but imagine if you lost the top.
How
You'd be like,
does
what
that
would we
happen?
do? Yeah. By the way, he is suing the hospital. Here is...
You don't say.
Well, I wouldn't be... I don't think it would be... I don't think any of us could walk away and be critical, right?
Well, I would say...
Not of the hospital, critical of the guy.
Yeah,
for,
right. Yeah,
you greedy person. I can't believe you'd sue over that. I think he has a pretty good case. Here's his attorney.
They got various contradictory messages about why surgery was postponed, and ultimately Emory told them that they had lost and misplaced a part of his skull. It's mind-blowing, literally.
Literally mind-blowing. Literally. There is...
They got various contradictory messages about why...
I really don't need to hear that again.
Bears repeating.
There is a new trend out there of people, adults, opening up lemonade stands. There was one case recently, adults.
boy,
there was
that's
one.
creepy.
There was one case recently where a child started a lemonade stand, and is Davey in there or is he not in there? Oh, you are. So you answered that phone. Where a child opened up a lemonade stand and was shut down because they complained.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't washing his hands.
Ew.
I don't know. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, adults setting up really gourmet-style lemonade stands. And this allows them to pay for school supplies, etc. Here's
So if you know me, you know I just be doing random stuff, and my life literally changes as the wind blows, but it's always for the betterment of myself. So I decided to start this lemonade business. I literally saw a girl on here start a lemonade business and like pay for her entire pharmacy school, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to start a lemonade stand and pay off some debt and just kind of like get things together because I think I want to go to law school.
I just hope she works on her English if she's going to be a pharmacist. You know, I be doing that penicillin for you. Stand right by there.
You know, if too many adults start opening up lemonade stands, you're going to hear this.
Okay. FBI, open up. And then one more. Police pulled 30 electric scooters from a river in Ohio the other day. Here's Sergeant Brian Mason talking about the unit recovering all of those electric scooters.
We had some people walking on the bike path, and they were asking why there were so many scooters down there, and the closer they got, they realized that we were pulling them out of the water, and they were shocked. At that spot in the river, it's rather shallow, so we were able to just lift them up, give them to the boat operator. But the visibility, there's no visibility, so everything we do is by touch.
I know you're going to be wondering why were all those scooters dumped in the water? I don't know. Maybe they received subsidies to bring them in, but they couldn't sell them, so they're like, now we're going to get some insurance money for it. I don't know. I don't know the reason. Let's see. Big week this week, of course, for the Democrats as the DNC begins their big speakers today as part of the Democratic National Convention. Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio to give us a little tease as to what to expect coming up this week, and in particular today. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning. I have so many stories I just heard from you guys that I want to comment on. I don't even know where to start.
Sorry about that. My apologies.
The adult lemonade stand, you missed out that she probably puts vodka in it so she can mark it up to like $10.
You're probably right.
Like the iced tea thing, make a John Daly out of it. So
I love it. I'm with you. And you know, again, you can mark that stuff up. You can get $10 to $20 for those drinks today, every single day.
Well, I mean, you can get. I mean, if you're paying $10 for like a lemonade vodka, it's probably cheaper. Like that's like $10 cheaper than you can get it here in DC. So.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a ripoff or anything.
Well, the big city cocktail has gone to over $20 now.
It's unbelievable.
That is really incredible.
And you know this woman's using Barton's or Mr.
Probably.
Boston.
Meanwhile, you can go to the American Legion, Ryan, and get I don't know, you want a Sex on the Beach? You could get one of those for like $3 at the American Legion.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you can get Sex in the Alley afterward.
There you go.
Oh,
all right. So speaking of that, you know the Democrats like to partay. So who knows what'll be going on at the Democratic National Convention? What are you seeing?
Well, what we're seeing is President Biden, just because, and I'm going to plug this selfishly just because I got to ask him my first question yesterday. This was not my question, but the reporter before me asked how he's feeling about his speech. He said he's feeling good. He's kind of getting it over with early, doing it today. But then we're expecting the Clintons to speak later on, and we're expecting Vice President Harris, obviously, to wrap up later in the week. But what I think is kind of interesting, it's not being talked about, is if you look at the lineup for Democrats speaking, every former president who's still alive, and also I think every single former first lady or vice president is likely to speak or at least make some type of appearance here this week. I don't think we're expecting Jimmy Carter to be doing that, but you still have the Clintons speaking. You still have President Biden speaking, and you still have President Obama speaking too. But go to the RNC. That didn't happen. The Bushes, nowhere to be found. Dick Cheney, nowhere to be found. Mitt Romney, nowhere to be found. it was just a very different atmosphere for Republicans compared to Democrats, and Democrats are really going to try to hit that unity point home. And because despite how unified Republicans were at the RNC this year, there's still some elephants in the room hanging out there for Republican division.
Well, all those mentioned, none of them support Donald Trump as president, and how interesting the Democrats came together through all of this adversity. I mean, they were able to convince a sitting president to step down based on his health. And oh, by the way, when the question was asked to Joe Biden, "How's your speech?" How's your speech coming? His answer, I thought, was going to be, well, it's been a little slurred lately.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't
I'm working
written
on it. I'm working on it. So, and even though reporters will write stories saying that there is some anger between President Biden and the Obamas and Nancy Pelosi, you're not going to see any of that in public this week.
No, I would doubt it. I'm sure those questions will be asked if any of these members sit down for interviews or anything like that. But the reality is that the party is unified around Vice President Harris from what we've seen for the most part. They definitely feel a lot more confident, a lot more energy with her at the top of the ticket. But I think there is some division that maybe we're not talking about enough, and that is the examples I would give. You have Sherrod Brown in Ohio, John Tester in Montana, Jackie Rosen in Nevada. These are senators who are running for re-election. They're not going to be at the DNC this week. They can easily make the argument that they're doing it because they're staying on the campaign trail in some very key battleground states for Democrats to hold control of the Senate. But I think what's interesting is that, somebody like Sherrod Brown is tried to avoid talking about Vice President Harris. And I think that kind of stands out. I mean, I was in the Capitol when John Tester was getting asked over and over again by members of the press, well, are you going to support Vice President Harris? Are you going to support Vice President Harris? He's not answered the question yet.
Yeah. Well, that is, and that's that division that I do believe does still exist there. But Democrats have done a good job of trying to rally around the candidate. And, don't we say that often? Republicans tend to eat their own, and Democrats always, no matter how bad it is, they always seem to stick together.
Yeah, and I'm sure, if you were to ask a Democratic strategist, okay, well, if John Tester doesn't officially endorse Kamala Harris, but come Election Day, he wins re-election in Montana and Vice President Harris wins the White House, I guess it worked for us, so who cares?
Right.
So,
yeah, that's it. Well, that's exactly it. At the end of the day, they're trying to eye victory through all of this. All right, interesting stuff there, Ryan Schmelz. We'll be talking to you all week long on this as well. We appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. Quick break. We'll come back. And comments here this morning. I got some other stuff to scoop in. And we'll talk more about that weather. Were you affected by the weather yesterday? Are you along the town of Columbia? I grew up in the town of Columbia. Were you over there yesterday? And did you get hit by any of this, quote, thunderstorm, or was it a tornado? Some weather spotters are saying it looked like a tornado, and I can tell you, if you're the owner of a couple of those farms along Elizabethtown Road, you would say it was a tornado too, as it ripped the roof right off the top of the barn. We'll get to it coming right up at WIBX.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. Now through September 2nd, get up to $130 back on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Or buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and get up to $140 back on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile. To learn more and to schedule an appointment, visit Tallman'sTire.com.
There's no glory in getting beat up on the job. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting work done. But Ferris commercial mowers at Clinton Tractor help you finish strong and feel good doing it with patented suspension technology. Visit Clinton Tractor today for a test drive and feel the Ferris difference. Or go to clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
Do not buy a mattress at the New York State Fair from some out-of-town dealer. Get your quote at the fair, bring it to any Mattress Express. We'll meet or beat any price from the New York State Fair on the same or comparable mattress. You'll get it delivered quickly and have local service when the out-of-town guys are gone.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. Roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You can be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
You hear more and more about identity theft in the news every day. That's because so much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information's vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code PLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
My Carl's back to school clearance is on. Rocker recliners just $199. Power recliners $299. Sofa and matching chair $399. Only at My Carl's, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
All right, speaking of late night, John Oliver made a mashup, supercut, or whatever you call it, of local news people talking about how lost they feel after the Olympics ended last Sunday night, a week ago, this past Sunday. And you could hear it in local news. It's so weird with the Olympics. I don't know what I'm going to do. The Olympics are over. Here's actual audio from John Oliver.
And just like that, the Olympics are almost over.
I know. What am I going to do with all my time now that the Olympics are over?
I'm going to go back to Taylor Swift.
I guess I'll have to.
And now you got nothing to watch.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this time.
And it's just one of those things that kind of unites everybody.
Exactly.
Temporarily.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Now we can go back to hating each other, I guess.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of sad the Olympics are over. It was so much fun.
Yeah, there were some personal benefits to the Olympics, like we didn't have a 30-minute news program for 2 straight weeks.
I miss the Olympics.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
They'll be back in 4 years, Ron, in L.A. Time now.
Hopefully I'll be back in 4 years.
6:27.
A lot of these guys didn't have local news during this.
Yeah.
So for 2 weeks they didn't
have to work.
So, yeah, they're really, really missing the Olympics. How about the weather? We could still get some heavy rain, some severe storms today. But how about we'll be in the low 70s today, but tomorrow we won't even hit the 70s.
Ugh.
Tomorrow and Wednesday look to be cool with temperatures only in the 60s. Now, fear not, it is going to warm back up. We'll be back up into the 80s by the weekend. But we have a couple of really cool almost previews to the fall coming up.
Yeah, keep reminding me of that.
A little early.
Just love it.
Speaking of the weather in North Carolina, a home fell into the ocean. That's the seventh in that area of the Outer Banks in the past 4 years.
Oh, my God.
Experts are blaming Hurricane Ernesto, bringing rip currents into the area. Here is the moment the house fell, as recorded by a witness. There go the Joneses.
Wow.
Their house fell right into the ocean.
That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
You call your like a good neighbor, you're like, hey, my house just fell into the Atlantic.
I don't know how you, I mean, and this is, what do we say? It's a double digits in the last 4 years. So if you're there, your house is probably condemned anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not going to survive.
It's the risk of the risk and reward of a oceanfront property.
Coldplay's current Music of the Spheres World Tour is now the highest grossing rock tour of all time. It made and is still making money. It's surpassed $945 million, almost $946 million. It surpassed Sir Elton John. Elton John had the most profitable Farewell Yellow Brick Road tour, which made $939.1 million. But Coldplay has beaten that and it continues to grow as the tour continues. It's almost at $946 million.
So this is Coldplay is done? They're not going to be touring anymore?
No, the tour is continuing, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
it's at $945.7 million right now.
You're saying that the record originally set was Elton John's farewell tour.
Correct. Did I not make that clear?
No, you did. I'm just,
right. And then if you're watching any of the post-game stuff over there, I watched the Bills post-game show. So Dak Prescott, in his post-game show, decided he was going to have a little fun at the press conference, and he took the song titles from the latest Post Malone album and included them all in his interview during the press conference.
Somebody pour me a drink. Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking about the finer things. I think it goes without saying that I'm fine. Maybe the wrong ones started the whole ankle gate or something, is this and that. I told you guys before, I don't want to necessarily nosedive back into what happened in the offseason. And honestly, I've got a guy for that, Luke. Whether it's winning or losing, there's no losers around here. So we've got to make sure that we get these guys in the winning mindset. All right? Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry. Just trying to be present right here. Trying to be present, Got to have the heart. Got to have the heart. Keep going.
I think they began to figure it out. The reporters began to figure it out. And one more for you. Multiple cops in Orange County, Florida, dove into a lake to rescue a woman from a submerged truck. The truck was fully submerged. They had to break the windows underwater to get her out. Here's audio from their dash cam and radios during the rescue.
There is somebody moving inside the vehicle. She can't fit through the window.
The vehicle's sinking completely now.
Go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it! We retrieved the female out of the truck.
And they all jumped in. They broke the window from underneath the water.
Yeah, it's not easy to do that inside.
They rescued the woman and got her out. Pretty wild. Davey, how are we starting the week? Are you like eating over there or something? You keep disappearing on me.
No, I'm working on something on my laptop on the station. I had to reset a password.
Oh, okay, all right.
That was very important that I needed to do something today.
Okay. How much money today for Hobike's free money question of the day?
$350.
Wow, he's starting the week off at $350. We'll get to that next hour on WIBX.
Get ready for this week's half-off Thursday deal with SeizeTheDeal.com. Score your half-off gift certificate to Madison Hotel this Thursday morning starting at 8. Get $50 for $25 with Seize the Deal's half-off Thursday. The Madison Hotel, home of the half-pound Gorge Burger. Try their jumbo wings and made-from-scratch meals. Women-owned and centrally located. Just a short drive from Utica, even shorter from the Valley. Get your half-off Thursday gift certificates this Thursday for Madison Hotel. Make sure you hurry because they sell out fast at SeizeTheDeal.com.
Utica's first cannabis dispensary is local, licensed, and now open to all. Exit 31 Exotic is your home for edibles, flower, vapes, and all your cannabis needs. Visit Exit 31 Exotic at 255 Genesee Street or online at uticacannabisco.com.
For use only by adults 21 years of age or older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the National Poison Control Center hotline 1-800-222-1222 or call 911. Please consume responsibly. License number OCMCAURD 2400076.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Introducing Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food.
I have been feeding them Dr. Marty's freeze-dried raw formula for years. And this food is a big part of why their jaws are more flexible, their teeth are cleaner, and their coats shinier, and why they seem more youthful and playful.
And dog parents across the U.S. are loving it.
My dog Hazel is a 10-and-a-half-year-old golden retriever, and ever since I've been feeding her Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend food, she is like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
We're so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee. And for a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of Cod Krispies. They're wild-caught, ultra-crunchy cod skin treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511 today. All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rate.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
It's the Democrats' turn. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Their convention starts in Chicago the day after ABC and CBS polls give Vice President Harris, who will accept the nomination Thursday, a lead over former President Trump, less than a month after President Biden dropped out of the race. He'll speak at the convention tonight.
The president is expected to tout his legacy, even though his term has been marred by challenges. While inflation has gone down, it rose to nearly 20% under his administration. Illegal border crossings and violent crime in major cities also went up, though the Biden team has been making the case lately that those numbers have dropped.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Hours before the president's speech, House Republicans released a report in their Biden impeachment inquiry claiming he committed fraud and abused his office while vice president.
Republicans revealed that since 2014, the Biden family and its associates received more than $27 million from foreign individuals and entities. They also found that while Biden was serving as vice president, the Biden family got more than $8 million in loans from Democratic benefactors. And they said those loans have not been repaid.
Fox's Brooke Singman. It's unclear if the House will vote on impeachment. Democrats call it a sham and political stunt with no evidence of wrongdoing by the president. As Democrats convene to tout Vice President Harris, the Trump campaign will hit several battleground states. The former president will rally today in York, Pennsylvania. As running mate J.D. Vance tells Fox News Sunday.
When Donald Trump was president, we had stable prices, we had prosperity, we had higher take-home pay for American workers, and we had peace across the world.
There is a continued push for peace in Gaza.
It is time for it to get done.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Israel after meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
But over the weekend, in a statement to Fox News, Hamas rejected the current deal, saying that Netanyahu himself was responsible for their rejection. Hamas wants to accept a ceasefire deal from July, but now the terms have reportedly shifted.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Haifa, Israel. America's listening to Fox News.
I opened a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments. There's no better vote for your financial safety than precious metals. So Noble Gold Investments is giving away up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with a qualifying account this month. Just use promo code TRUMP. That's NobleGoldInvestments.com.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
The best things in life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
The day before the Democratic convention, the nominee And her running mate took a bus across western Pennsylvania, a key battleground state.
Among the stops was the town of Rochester in Beaver County, where Vice President Kamala Harris got to talk to a voter or two by phone.
Tell me about you.
Joined by Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, Governor Tim Walz, and his wife Gwen, she told volunteers they will be keys to explaining the difference between her and former President Trump, whom she says believes
the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, when what we know is the real and true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up.
From Pennsylvania, it's on to Chicago for the start of the Democratic National Convention. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
2 people are missing in Oxford, Connecticut, after their car got swept away in flash flooding.
Here in Danbury, it's bad this morning.
Fox Weather, Stephen Morgan says some areas got about a foot of rain.
That led to water rescues in Southbury. This morning, the city is still saying around 800 customers without power, and there are at least 15 roads closed.
There's a big business deal in tech this morning. Chipmaker AMD acquiring server maker ZT Systems for almost $5 billion. On Wall Street, stock futures mix not moving much after the best week of the year for the S&P 500, rising almost 4%. The Dow surged up over 5%. In baseball, there is a tie atop the American League East. Baltimore got even with New York after the Orioles beat Boston, and then
Sunday Night Baseball in Williamsport, Pennsylvania at the Little League World Series. The Tigers beat the Yankees in 10 innings, 3-2. Parker Meadows went 3 for 5 with a walk-off single in the 10th.
Fox's Jared Max. The NASCAR race at Michigan Speedway will resume in about 4 hours. After rain forced drivers off the track yesterday, Ryan Blaney did win stage 1 of the race. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now, we're at 67 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by the new Destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Utica police are continuing their investigation into a shooting over the weekend that left a 75-year-old man dead. Officers say the victim was shot in the abdomen yesterday while on the porch of his home on Stark Street. He was rushed to a nearby hospital but could not be saved. It's believed the suspect fired several shots before leaving the scene. Anyone with information on the case is asked to come forward. The New York State Fair begins on Wednesday, and organizers are issuing some important reminders ahead of the event. First, Easy Pass Plus is no longer being accepted for parking on the fairgrounds property. Also, neither Apple Pay or Google Pay can be used to pay for either parking or admission. Several fair vendors do accept cash, and passes can be purchased online right now for Midway rides. The Midway will be open 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. each day except Labor Day. The price at the pump keeps falling, and that is good news for Central New York drivers. When it comes time to fill up, AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.51. That's down a cent from last week and is 7 cents less than what people were paying a month ago. Currently, the state average is $3.54 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.41. More than 1,000 UAW employees at Cornell University could walk off the job as early as today, following the authorization of a strike. Union members who have positions in the dining, maintenance, and custodial fields are asking for higher pay to help with cost of living expenses. They also want free parking and workplace safety improvements. The school says a contingency plan is in place so that essential services are not impacted. And eggs are getting more expensive again. Prices for the household staple climbed 19.1% in July compared with the same month last year, according to Consumer Price Index data. July also marked the third consecutive month that egg prices increased on an annual basis. Market research analyst Caitlin Hubble says the, quote, short answer we think is related to avian influenza, end quote, also known as bird flu. Hubble added that changes in egg prices will depend on the state of the bird flu. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time coming up on 7:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Weather Center for today. Rain early, then cloudy with showers this afternoon. Some possible heavy rainfall and a high of 71. Tonight, a few showers this evening, overcast overnight, low near 50 degrees. And tomorrow, part of the cloudy skies in the morning, giving way to cloudy skies at the afternoon. A slight chance of a rain shower, much cooler, high only 65. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, we're at 66 degrees under cloudy skies at 7:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA. 43 local contractors. Daniel Jones' return to game action did not go as planned. Giants head coach Brian Daboll indicated after the game against the Houston Texans that the preseason is the time for making mistakes. Jones played in his first game since tearing his ACL last November, but struggled after completing only 11 of 18 passes for 138 yards and a pair of interceptions, one a pick six. The G-men were topped by the Texans 28-10. The Mets were unable to finish the sweep after falling to the Marlins of Miami 3-2 in their finale at Citi Field. Reed Garrett was charged with the loss after allowing one run on 3 walks over an inning of relief. Brandon Nimmo belted his 18th home run of the season with a solo shot in the bottom of the 6th. New York is now 2 games shy of the final NL wildcard spot at 64-60. They'll host the Orioles for a 3-game series that begins tonight in Queens, and we'll need some help from our Subway Series neighbors, because the Yankees will need all the help they can get as they take on the Cleveland Guardians for a 3-game series that begins tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium. They lost to the 4th place Tigers in front of a bunch of little leaguers because Clay Holmes blew the game once again, and they brought in a AAA player to play left field, and he shows that he belongs in AAA still. You know, I was saying, while they're in Williamsport, he might as well just go right back to Wilkes-Barre Scranton and stay off the roster because he is terrible. So the final score there was 3-2. The Yankees just continued to make me scratch my head. The NASCAR Cup Series race scheduled for Sunday is being pushed to today due to rain at Michigan International Speedway. The green flag for the Firekeepers Casino 400 will wave at 11 a.m. Eastern. And Hideki Matsuyama is celebrating a victory after finishing atop the leaderboard at the FedEx St. Jude Championship. Matsuyama was even in the final round and finished the tournament 17 under par for his 2nd win of the year. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:11.
So you left this whole story out, and you talk about a team that's not done well. On Saturday, the Chicago White Sox set a new record.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
In Major League Baseball. The team's 6-1 loss to the Houston Astros officially eliminated Chicago, the White Sox, from playoff contention. August 17th is now the earliest any team has been axed from the postseason since divisional play began in 1969.
Whoa.
It's especially embarrassing when you also note that there are wild card spots in play to give more teams a shot. The White Sox are currently in a 40-win season.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they managed to get a win against the Yankees, so
they have struggled. There's just no doubt about it. Mike and Skyler, are we going to talk about the Yankees here?
Well, it's crazy, and the stat you just gave, and I just DJ'd a 1969 class reunion.
Okay. the miracle year.
That just happened.
Yeah, that's wild.
And it's just unbelievable. Yeah, that game yesterday, and it's like, it's funny. Someone put on the Facebook, they shouldn't put Clay Holmes in when there's a one run, when there's only one run difference.
Yeah.
I said they shouldn't put him in anytime the Yankees have a lead. They shouldn't put him in. It's just crazy.
Well, I just, when you've got Tommy Kahnle who pitched very strong, I don't understand Boone's decision making, Mike. But I think we'll never know. I think we'll never understand.
Did he get down? Did it get down to 2 outs? Didn't he have like the first 2 outs too? Or
yes, he did.
I know he had at least one.
Yes, he
had
did.
The first 2 outs. That's the thing that drives you nuts. He gets the first 2 outs, and then that's when things fall apart. Fuck, I know.
Well,
It's crazy.
I'm, a lot of this, I hate to say with relief pitchers, it can, so much of it can be in their head. But it's, I will say that he is definitely in Andrew's head.
Oh my God,
it's terrible.
I think I want to say during that game, if you watch the whole game, Andrew, I think he said he's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Do you recall it? All of that.
That just goes to show you those ESPN guys. They don't pay attention. They have no clue what they're talking about. They don't call enough games to.
Hey,
to know
Mike,
that.
I'm gonna switch gears from Yankees to Apple if I could. By the way, we watched last night the two popes. If you get a chance, it's I assume you're probably Catholic. Whether you are or not, it's worth watching if you get a chance.
It's on Apple TV.
It's on Netflix.
It's on
Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
But on Apple,
Okay.
on Apple, my iPhone this morning, out of nowhere, I believe we recently had an update. All of a sudden, my battery on my iPhone is in low power mode. Which when you're in,
it set it automatically to that.
When you'll go to low power mode when it goes down, if you have it turned on, when it goes down to a certain point.
Yeah.
Then you recharge your phone and it will automatically go off. So the thing with low power mode though is you're getting fewer, you're not getting all the services.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like it's
there's some things you're not getting in order to save battery. So what I'm saying is I had to go in and turn off low power mode because it's not shutting off. I charged to 100%, and it's still my battery is still yellow.
That's weird.
Now it should be green at that point.
The update.
Yeah,
this is actually the last update.
I believe so. Yep.
And when was the update? It was like today. It was like.
I have no idea. I don't have any idea. May not even be because of the
Check
update.
it out.
Yeah, check it out. Let me know if you come up with anything. All right, Michael.
I will.
Thanks,
I will.
man.
Yep.
Go Mets.
Yep.
Go Mets. Okay. All right. Yesterday, or I should say Friday, there was a bank robbery in the morning at Bank of Utica.
Yeah.
And we learned about that. Then over the weekend, there were some shootings, and now we're talking about a homicide as well, and a dead body found in the city. So it was a busy few days for UPD. Lieutenant Mike Curley on the line right now. Let's start with the bank robbery. What do we know about this couple from Connecticut?
Good morning, guys. So I don't want to have any misconstruing that it was some mastermind bank robbery from individuals from Connecticut. They just have that listed as their home address.
Okay.
I think they're staying in Utica. They have ties to Utica. So it's kind of a misnomer. This isn't some movie type thing where they plan to knock off the bank.
Okay, so these guys are basically living in Utica.
Yeah, I think this was more of an opportunistic thing. Some individuals who lived near the location kind of just saw it as an opportunity to get some quick cash for drug sales and profits. And
Yeah.
there we are, unfortunately.
They, to me, look like they came out of the Rocket Science Institute of America.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to make the point that this.
Okay, fair enough.
Individuals bought the Bank of Utica out for some high-level heist.
Listen, not to be disparaging based on someone's looks. We should be careful of judging a book by its cover, but
I know
you
I
be
would
the
have
judge.
never got anywhere in life if that was the case.
The photos are up on our website. Okay, then you had a man sitting on his porch early Saturday morning, and a drive-by shooting occurred. What do we know about that one?
Yeah, I think this is the one we really need to highlight. And the community goes up in arms when things happen with the police, and rightfully so, right? But this individual spent his entire life in Utica making that particular block, and his house, amazing, pristine, took care of his property, was a wonderful individual. He's a 75-year-old man is simply sitting on his porch, and due to the actions of young individuals in our city, is now dead as a result of gunfire. I think there needs to be a whole lot more uproar when things like this happen, and not just when the police are involved in things.
Well, it's funny because the initial story, it looked like they were non-life-threatening injuries, but you're saying he's passed away.
Yeah, we were very hopeful in the beginning. He was conscious and alert immediately upon arrival. He had to have a couple surgeries, and unfortunately, I just don't know that the nature of the wounds and his condition was allowed him to make it through that. And we're really heartbroken for the family, heartbroken for this individual, and we will stop at no ends to ensure that this case is closed appropriately.
And you believe this was another incident of a young person shooting and firing guns?
Yeah, I don't want to get too much in the investigation, but we know thus far, there was a target location nearby. There were certain parties that we believe were targeting that particular location. Surveillance video has been very helpful thus far, so we're making some pretty good progress. But yes, it is young individuals in the city carrying guns, firing them in a haphazard manner without care of what could happen afterwards.
Well, I guess that was going to be my question. And again, if you can't answer it, I understand. But was he the intended target of this, or do you think this was more of a random act?
So don't believe it was random in the capacity of that they were shooting at a particular thing. However, he was not the intended target, which makes it all the worse.
Oh, my gosh.
A gentleman out on his porch at that morning and just was struck by a stray gunfire and killed as a result of their actions.
Terrible.
No doubt.
It really is. Terrible is the word, right?
Yep. And you're right. You're. And here's the other thing, if we can, about the shooting that occurred. There was police involved about a month ago. Would you agree there's an investigation underway? People can, which is going to take some time. Obviously, I assume an internal investigation, but beyond that, a state investigation from the Attorney General's office. Would you agree that people can rest assured that certainly the state and the internal investigation will get to the bottom of it, and that would be considered a very fair investigation that the public can trust?
I would hope so. I'll let them make the determination of how their feelings about that investigation. Certainly we've been very transparent from day one with this particular case, and people have the right to feel the way they want about police involvement. You should demand transparency and accountability from your police department. However, my point to that is, where is the accountability demand amongst the individuals in the city who commit acts of the law?
Right.
It needs to be an even playing field. We're held to a standard which we understand, but we as a community cannot allow these youth to be carrying guns and now killing elderly individuals who are simply going about their daily chores.
Yep. And at the end of the day, the question has to be answered on that case from a month ago. Why was this young kid carrying a gun? Whether that was a BB gun or it doesn't matter. It looked like a real gun. There's nowhere that I can see as a parent where that's a good idea at any time, let alone late at night or early in the morning.
I agree completely, and I think the mayor's been very, very clear that the missing point in all this was youth gun violence and youth carrying guns. And had a lot of these incidents not happened, it wouldn't be a result of youth having guns.
Is the dead body found in the city, is that an additional story?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're working hard to determine the cause of death. Thus far, it doesn't appear that there's any external trauma absent what occurred at the facility and or in the truck. So, we're certainly waiting on toxicology, things of that nature.
All right.
It doesn't appear it's, at this point, certainly criminal in nature with the result of the death, but we're working in conjunction with everyone to try to figure that out.
Now, this body was found over by the dump, right, in the area of Leland Ave. Is that correct? And you say that
it was actually found at the transfer facility, so it came through with the garbage and recyclables and was found on a conveyor belt in the facility. So obviously part of the investigation is how did it get there, how long it's been there, but that particular facility services the entire county, certainly the city, so to determine exactly when it got there or the means in which it arrived, I think it's part of the investigation, but more telling is that there wasn't a lot of trauma on the body absent what occurred at the facility or in the truck and no external criminal trauma.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right, Lieutenant, as always, we appreciate...
Keep up the good work.
We appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You guys are the best. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. Lieutenant Mike Curley with UPD. By the way, Mike, this morning on those two bank robbers, if you judge these two bank robbers book by its cover, it's a pretty dog-eared comic book. There you have it. Hold on, we're coming back. Micah's free money question of the day this morning out of nowhere. Davey I think he's a little frustrated with maybe last night's Yankees game. I don't know. Out of nowhere, it's $350.
Ay, caramba.
We are starting the week out at $350. And we'll do that free money question coming up in a few minutes. Stand by. We'll do it about, 7:35 here this morning on WIBX.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code BETTER and get 15% off your first purchase with code BETTER, like the Lumi Starter Pack, Acidified Body Wash, or new Lumi Plus Sweat Control. That's LUME deodorant.com, code BETTER for 15% off your first purchase. Love it or return it for free. That's LUME deodorant.com, code BETTER to save 15% today.
Mattress Express's Labor Day sale is here. Take up to 60 months to pay for anything in the store with no money down for qualified customers. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic, $1,000 on Purple, $700 on Stearns & Foster, and $1,350 on Puffy.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
The Stanley Theater in downtown Utica presents 1964, The Tribute, on Thursday, September 19th. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit thestanley.org.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. Now through September 2nd, get up to $130 back on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Or buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and get up to $140 back on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile. To learn more and to schedule an appointment, visit tallmanstire.com.
I looked at the program from the manufacturer again this month, and there's still a major glitch in the customer's favor.
It's on the 2024 Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid all-wheel drive.
With government incentives, you can lease this $41,000 vehicle for just $418 per month for 36 months.
And that's with zero down, zero due at inception, even sales tax included.
You can plug it into a regular outlet at night and get 35 miles on electric.
Then it switches to a gas hybrid engine with 430 miles on a tank of gas.
Nab yours today before they fix the glitch.
Now that's kooky.
Make that short drive to choose from 400 new Kias in one location.
So go kooky for Kia at Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
2024 Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid all-wheel drive. STK number 24T0440. MSRP $40,990. 36 months, 30,000 mile lease. 20 cents per mile over. Zero due at inception. Zero security deposit. 8.75% sales tax and $650 acquisition fee included in payment structure. $400 disposition fee. 720 plus FICO score. Includes New York State Drive Clean rebate. Offer expires 9/3/2024.
Utica's first cannabis dispensary is local, licensed, and now open to all. Exit 31 Exotic is your home for edibles, flower, vapes, and all your cannabis needs. Visit Exit 31 Exotic at 255 Genesee Street or online at uticacannabisco.com.
For use only by adults 21 years of age or older. Keep out of reach of children and pets. In case of accidental ingestion or overconsumption, contact the National Poison Control Center hotline 1-800-222-1222 or call 911. Please consume responsibly. License number OCMCAURD 240076.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hey, I want to tell you about Fred F. Collis & Sons Heating, Cooling, and Insulation, where NYSERDA's Empower Plus program is underway, and it's the best it has been. Great incentives so far this year. And the people at Fred F. Collis & Sons can walk you through it all. Many Collis customers end up being able to receive free heat pumps and free insulation, eligibility based primarily on income, but they've actually raised that threshold, which gives more people the chance. Even moderate income households can be eligible for free energy efficiency improvements up to $5,000. You know, someone who has one of these heat pumps from Collis, they during the month of July when we had such hot weather.
Yes, we did.
They ran so the heat pump gives you air conditioning. We have one, I think, here in the studio. Air conditioning and heat. But it's not one of those window units. It's very, very efficient. So they ran it through the entire month of July during all of that hot, hot weather. And previously, before that, they were running box window air conditioners.
Oh, boy.
Which was costing them a ton of money. You know how much more their bill was in July because of running the heat pump air conditioner?
How much less, you mean?
How much? It was less. It was more. Yeah. It was more than not running it.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It raised their bill by $22. They ran it all month long. That would have cost them in the hundreds had they had one of those window.
Wow.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you take June's bill, which was it wasn't as hot in June. Then July, it was that heat wave we went through. It only raised their bill by $22.
Wow.
How about that? And when Collis says you can save a ton of money doing this, this is what they mean.
They know their stuff.
Finally, a new opportunity particularly relevant to those in Rome. It is the Home Electrification Appliance Rebate here. Funding through the Inflation Reduction Act. Right now, income-eligible New Yorkers can receive an electrical service upgrade, which could be a panel box and new electrical wiring. This could help the people in Rome. All you have to do is reach out. Collis will walk you through these programs. You can call them. Phone number for Collis is 315-860-1301, or visit online, fredfcollis.com. Anything else you need me to do?
You're golden today.
I'm all over it, Andrew. I am all over it.
I'm struggling a little. You're doing very well.
No more compliments. I mean, you're kissing up now. It's really embarrassing. Da. So, what is the Tyreek Hill story? Have you been following along on this at all?
Oh man, I do not know about this. I mean, there's so many.
He is the Miami Dolphins wide receiver,
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, called out U.S. Olympic sprinter Noah Lyles, implying that he was faking being sick when he took the bronze in the 200-meter, and because he said he had COVID, remember?
I do. He was wearing a mask, and he didn't tell anybody.
Boasting that he'd beat Lyles man-to-man in a race. I mean, he's out there trash-talking everybody. On Saturday, Lyles was asked about it by Shannon Sharp on Nightcap on the podcast, and Lyles said Tyreek is just Tyreek is just chasing clout. But if he's serious, he said, I'm more than willing to meet him on the track.
I think it should
without
happen.
COVID.
Without COVID, yeah.
Listen, I got to tell you, the fact that he ran with COVID, some people criticize that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because they're saying, well, you
shedding virus.
You took the number one, you're shedding the virus. Number two, you're taking the place of somebody else. The reality is he got a bronze. That's pretty good.
Pretty impressive.
I'm not, and that's where Tyreek Hill ought to really think about this for a second. He got a bronze.
Yeah, well, Tyreek Hill would get a gold medal for having children. He's got a lot of them.
Many children.
Yeah.
Do they give a gold out for that?
Depends.
I don't know that they do.
Depends on where you are.
A dispute over what all you can eat means led to a woman being arrested in Indiana at an Applebee's.
Oh, boy.
I remember this was a Joe Lode thing where he went into the Dynasty Buffet. Yeah. I don't even think that exists anymore.
I think it has a different name.
Okay. He went in there, and they used to have that all-you-can-eat buffet with seafood and everything.
Yeah, it was awesome.
A lot of times you'd find the seafood on the floor.
And they would just pick it up.
I'm not sure they would
skull fragment.
I'm not sure they would do it that way. Nonetheless, this woman went in and said, this is all you can eat. An unidentified 28-year-old woman. She's been charged now with disorderly conduct after a verbal disturbance was reported. It seems that the confrontation erupted based on the misconception that if one person at the table ordered the all-you-can-eat deal, it was good for everybody at the table. Now, we know that's ridiculous.
Yeah, because you're paying for one person to enjoy.
Okay, 5 people sit down at a table. One orders all you can eat, and then they're going to watch you, and they're going to say, those people can't eat. They can't eat off your plate.
Yeah, or from the buffet at all.
Fair is fair.
Yeah.
Right? No, they just sat there while, she, the unidentified woman, kept going back and getting more food and then sitting back down. Fair is fair. You got to pay for the all-you-can-eat deal.
I feel like you have to be all in on it being a buffet or having menu items. Because you'll run into this all the time.
No.
Yes.
No, this is not the restaurant. This is not. They may take advantage. This is not the restaurant's fault. If you sit down and say, all I want is a soda, and the person next to you has ordered the all-you-can-eat, and the two of you sit there and eat, you got to pay.
I think
there's no two ways about it.
I agree.
It's not the restaurant's not doing anything wrong, Andrew.
Remember Ponderosa, they used to have the buffet, and then you could order menu items, too. You don't think people were taking advantage of that?
You're confusing me. I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, it seems that the confrontation erupted based on the misconception that if one person at the table ordered all you can eat, it was good for the entire table. Clearly, stupid people, Andrew. Reportedly, words were exchanged when the manager told them, no, they're smart for taking advantage of it. No, they're stupid. When the manager told them that each person would have to pay for the deal, $15.99. This was evidenced by the Applebee's menu, which clearly advertised the deal is per person.
So that's the interesting thing.
The fine print was there. They were charged the $15.99, and guess what happened? Here's what happened. When they refused to pay and started yelling at the manager called police, and they were arrested.
Wow.
Boom.
So I guess this is that's the thing is that Applebee's doesn't always do the all-you-can-eat, so it's not really
I don't think they do it here.
But I'm thinking about, just all those times. What I was trying to say about the Ponderosa comparison was, remember Ponderosa was the buffet.
Yes.
You could get that long buffet, but they also had a menu item. So if you
so does
one
Applebee's.
person at the table, right?
Yeah.
But Applebee's doesn't always have a buffet.
But if you get one person at the table and they're ordering, a couple little things, but Johnny Do-Right over here is ordering the all-you-can-eat, and then you're eating off Johnny Do-Right's plate, the manager at Ponderosa is going to come over and say, you got to pay for the full price.
100%.
The Applebee's
piece of garbage.
Applebee's is offering all you can eat up the street.
Oh, they are?
The wing is chicken wings, riblets, and shrimp.
Okay, well, there you go.
I know where we're going for lunch.
Mm-hmm. And only you order, Davey, and Andrew's going to eat off your plate.
Okay.
All right, let's do Habaika's free money question of the day. Today it is worth $350, and I am giving you a question that is absolutely doable.
Hard.
Absolutely doable.
Hard.
This is one that what I'm going to say to both of you is don't blurt out the answer. Okay?
I'll know it.
Don't blurt out the answer. That would
Clay
be unfair.
Holmes is the answer.
That is not the answer. All right. What caller number are you looking for there, Johnny Rocket?
Caller 10.
10th caller through the lines right now at 315-736-0186. Caller 10 right now. Your chance to win $350.
Speaking of Johnny Rocket, the nickname you just told me, there was a Johnny Rockets in Lake George. It's no longer there. They tore it down.
Wow.
They're making it at a wing restaurant.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's a Johnny Rockets. There's a Johnny Rockets at Carousel.
I used to go there when we went to
whatever
Lake George
they call that.
for breakfast.
Destiny, but it's going to be called something different.
Thank you for that, Davey. Where was I? Oh, caller number 10. It's your chance to win $350 from the Habaika Law Firm. Next on WIBX.
Do you know what time of year it is? It's our annual 50% off window installation sale at New York Sash.
Now, for a limited time, you can get 50% off the installation of any new window.
Need one new window? 50% off installation. 2 new windows? 50% off installation. 10 new windows? 50% off installation.
Choose from double hung, slider, bay, and more. Whatever window you need, we've got it all. All our windows are 50% off installation, and with our windows, you always get energy efficiency, long lasting long-lasting beauty and lifetime warranties.
And did we mention 50% off installation right now?
Plus, with New York Sash, you get a stress-free, hassle-free, headache-free experience because our installers are true certified craftsmen. We never use subcontractors.
So take advantage of our 50% off new window installation. It happens once a year and it's happening now.
Sale ends soon, so drop by our showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro or call us at 624-7344 and visit NewYorkSash.com.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. Now through September 2nd, get up to $130 back on a Firestone Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 eligible Firestone tires. Or buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires and get up to $140 back on a Bridgestone Visa prepaid card. Experience the thrill of savings on every mile. To learn more and to schedule an appointment, visit Tallman'sTire.com.
Whitesboro Central School District is looking for bus drivers to join their team now. Whitesboro is a leading school system in central New York with 7 schools, 3,100 students, and a 92% graduation rate. You can help drive our students' success. When you drive for Whitesboro, you get pay that's based on your experience, great benefits, a flexible schedule, and summers off. Call Andy at 315-768-9740 or stop by the garage, 20 Wood Road, Whitesboro.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Okay, we asked Davey just about a half an hour ago, how much money are we going to potentially give away today from the Obica Law Firm? The answer came in quickly, without hesitation. $350.
It's almost like it was premeditated. Like he came in here with the mission to
completely agree.
Stick it to Obica this morning.
We're gonna get Obica. We're gonna get him. On the line right now, ready to take a shot at Obica's money is Justin in New Hartford. Hello, Justin. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
You ready?
I am.
All right.
Let's go.
Andrew, you ready?
I am always ready.
Okay, here we go. Davey, you sharing those chocolate chip cookies?
I ate them already.
Okay.
Yeah, see, he eats them quick before anybody can even have the chance.
Here's your question, Justin in New Hartford.
Never any sharing.
For $350 prior to Saturday, which Major League Baseball team was the earliest to ever be eliminated from the playoffs? Ready? Go.
Oh, man, you just heard this. Angels.
Is it the Angels? And Andrew knows the answer.
Oh, the Chicago White Sox.
No. Prior to this weekend.
No, that was this team.
Yeah. Prior to this weekend.
Okay.
The worst ever team in baseball was, Davey, it may be one of the best teams in baseball right now as we speak.
Orioles?
It was the Orioles. 2018 Baltimore Orioles by 3 days. 3 days.
Wow.
Man, I thought you were going to... Listen, Justin, I thought you were going to get that.
God.
Damn it all. We will give you the all-in-one food and fun card. I got to tell you something. Don't ever say that's not a doable question for $350. That's a good one. And topical.
It's a good one.
That was a goodie. All right, listen, stand by. Davey's going to hook you up. We'll give you the all-in-one food and fun card. Good for Babes, Taylor and the Cook, any of the other Aquavino, all of those. Stand by. He has you taken care of, okay?
Appreciate you. Have a good day.
You too, Justin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, this is the platform. I like it. In studio right now is the. Let's see if I can get a good shot on him, Andrew. I'm talking about Jim Zecca is making his way in studio here this morning. Want to make sure we get him and his signage. Andrew, you could adjust the camera instead of him.
Yes.
If you want. If you can see, there's no Jim in the shot. I'm going to just switch right over to him there. There we go. Oh, he's got the signage. Zecca. He's got everything going. All right, get on microphone there, Jim Zecca. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Bill.
Good to see you.
Good morning, Andrew. It's been a while.
It has been a while. We're so glad to have you in studio.
Yeah.
Brand new studio, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Looking good.
We created it just for you.
We anticipated this day would come.
We knew.
Yeah.
So, obviously, this week is...
Before we begin, though.
Yes, sir.
I do have to say I'm here in honor of 3 lost members, and you remember them.
Yes.
Fran Henry, Fran and Peggy.
Yeah.
We lost Fran. We lost Lou Posha, who was on the show many times.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Yep.
And we lost Randy Potter from Syracuse, who was heavily involved with the Trump campaigns in the past.
Well, we're sad to hear that.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose anybody, right?
No.
You need everybody you can get.
Good Patriots. Yeah.
Okay, so you are, I would think, the leader of Trump Pride in Central New York. Would you agree?
I'll take that.
Yeah, I think you will.
Yeah.
No one's going to be able to wrestle that away from you. So here we go into the Democratic National Convention. Now it is Trump versus Harris, and you're fighting for Trump here in Central New York.
Yes, we are.
All right. What do you want people to know?
I don't think Central New York's going to be a problem, though, guys. I think the past 2 elections, Trump won handily in the primary as well this past March.
Yep.
And we're out there. We're talking to a lot of people. We've got a lot of volunteers. We're helping now. As you know, our district has been split in half. Half of it is the 21st Congressional District. The other half is the 22nd. Without having to win those 2 districts and the presidency, we're done. In this country, we have to take the Senate. We have to take take Congress, basically, and then the presidency.
And I will say, I don't think you have no worry with what's her name
Elise
there,
Stefanik.
Elise Stefanik.
Yeah.
But Brandon Williams, however, is going to be a competitive race.
A very competitive.
And there's
race.
going to be a lot of. You know who's going to reap the benefit out of all of this? The TV. More so than radio, TV is going to make.
You remember the money that was spent in Claudia's campaign?
It's going to be.
It's going to even be more.
This will
be
more. Yeah.
They're really targeting this district, the 22nd congressional district.
One thing I do want to talk to Jim Zecca about, because I've talked to a lot of people who are Trump supporters. I have similar frustrations with him, and he seems to still have the inability to say what he needs to say and stay on message. It's hard to watch sometimes.
Well, and I got to say that I like your answer, but beyond that, he was asked that question over the weekend and basically said, they tell me not to be mean. They tell me I have every right to be mean. He doubled down over the weekend. So what's your take?
It's his to lose, right?
Right. It's his election. The same thing with Biden. I mean, I'm really shocked that Biden did drop out, to be honest with you. I know he had his issues, major issues, but they forced
I don't know
him
how
out.
he could stay in. I don't know how he could stay in.
But
I mean, it is. Somebody said one of our listeners described it almost, and I'm sure that we're going to find there was some disease.
Right.
It's just not plain old age, but somebody had compared it to a sloth, because like even when he has an itch. Now I don't know about you, but when I itch, I'm on it. I'm on that itch, I'm on it. But the president, when he even scratches, it's slow. Almost as like I'm going to hit it this time. I'm going to definitely. I got it.
Our dog recently was quilled by a porcupine, and we had to bring her to the vet, and she got put under to have.
Are you comparing your dog to the president?
Well, when she was coming out of the procedural room, she was walking slow and
lethargic.
She didn't know where she was, things like that.
Yeah.
So I just felt like something had to happen.
Yeah,
you know what?
It
Though,
was bad.
What a terrible thing, though, to even allow him. It's funny. I had done an interview with. I'm on the show in London, usually once a month, and they ask questions about America and our politics, and they're very, very interested, as you would expect they would be.
Yeah.
But they really blame Jill Biden for allowing for putting him out there. Like, if anyone would have known that
there were issues, it's a matter of power. And, you know,
but that's all gone now.
It's done.
So now you've got it's Harris, Trump.
We got to deal with what we got to deal with.
It's a race and a half. So what do you have planned? You know, here we are, State Fair coming this week. Before you know it, it's September. A month from then, you're looking at early voting.
And don't forget the absentee ballots. They mailed out a month ahead of time. People forget about that, and they're pushing for early voting and absentee voting too. So, and Republicans got to do the same thing. We got to play the game. Unfortunately, this is the law now. So, let's get out there and bank the vote is what they're calling it. Bank your vote.
Yeah, do the early
don't be
voting
afraid
thing.
to do it. Early voting works. I've done it in 2 cycles now. It's just fine. It's easy. You just have to find the location where you have to vote.
I just like.
I like it because it's quiet.
Yes.
Well, usually when you go in,
you don't get harassed by the elected officials that are right by the door waiting for you.
Jim Zeka's not out there with his sign, you know.
Well, I'm still out there. Even the early voting.
I know you are.
Come on, you're not going to get out of it that easy.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, we're I actually coming in. I was thinking about Biden and. Or I'm sorry, not Biden, but Harris and her running mate are doing a bus tour in Pennsylvania now. Pennsylvania is going to be a key state to win. So I'm thinking we may need to help in Pennsylvania.
So you think you're going to drive to Pennsylvania?
Yeah, we've done it. We did. We went to. Actually, you got the information there. When we went to New Hampshire and helped in the primary in New Hampshire. A group of us from Central New York showed up and helped, and Elise was there. The vice presidential candidate was there. We got to meet him. We missed President Trump by a half hour. We left the headquarters in Manchester, New Hampshire, and he showed up, and we were already on our way back to New York.
You have another rally coming up on August 21st, right?
Yes, we've been doing the rallies like we've done in years past, in 2016 and 2020. We've had them at Dave's Diner, New York Mills, Rome twice, Whitestown, Clinton, Camden, and Vernon.
Okay.
And we're going to be in Whitesboro, the village of Whitesboro, this Wednesday on Route 69, Oriskany Boulevard, as many people know it, across from the Whitestown Fire Department in the green, right along the green there, along the Parkway. So if anybody would like to show up, please bring flags, signs, chairs. We're going to have a good time. We're going to support our President Trump, and his campaign. We're also going to be supporting Brandon Williams, Christine Esposito, and Elise Stefanik will have their materials and signage as well there for people to give out. And also, please bring non-perishable items.
And that's for food for vets, right?
Vets. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have a website, which is cny4trump.com.
Yes, so people can sign up, and we can direct you to the right, because a lot of people still don't understand the breakdown of the congressional district, so we send them in the right direction to
which sign to have in their yard and what flag to hang. Yes.
So the other thing that I'd like to say is, it's a long campaign, even though it's not. I mean, this is going to move very, very quickly.
Early. We started in January.
Days.
And you know that I'm not in. You're not looking at somebody who's in agreement with you.
Your dad is.
My father is
Listen to your father.
Is his own person. Let's not forget that. So, however, but I treasure the ability that we have in this country that we do not have elsewhere for opposing minds to actually end up on a radio show and allow an opposing opinion, because it's important.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not happening in England and places like that. They're
Canada. You don't see it in Canada.
Terrible. We were in Canada, and I was on Facebook, and the news was blocked. I mean, regular news outlets were blocked, and they said, because you're in Canada now, we control the news media.
Well, it's always been that way. People
I didn't know it was this bad, though.
People do not understand the freedoms that we have in this country.
Absolutely.
We take it all for granted, so you can't do that.
What actually?
Yeah.
Remember, in 2016, I reported from this event. You guys got a copy of it. they're pushing socialism. And it's the same groups that were fighting against President Trump back in 2016 that are in the DNC right now. If you look at the signs, please look at the signs and look at the organizations that are backing them. They're all Marxist organizations. That's what we got to worry about, Bill.
Well,
I'm telling you, that's a big concern.
I do think there's a group of people that don't want to. They want everything handed. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
Handed to them. And it just doesn't work that way.
No.
Can't work that way. What else do you want people to know? Anything else? New York for Trump, Jim Zecca?
New York for Trump. Of course, we're trying to push for President Trump. I think it's going to be closer than people think because you know that although I've heard they're challenging his petitions and his ballot access, but Kennedy is going to be on the ballot in New York. They are challenged. The Democrats are challenging him now.
But the problem you have with Kennedy is he's drawing from both sides.
Well, what's interesting is
I think he's drawing more from the Democrats.
I think what's interesting
so.
is I heard rumblings, and they're probably rumors.
When you look at the polling, it's almost dead even on where he draws. Now, neither side wants him.
Right.
Neither side really wants him.
I know.
Well,
That's true.
I think he's putting out almost
it's got to tell you something when the Democrats have a lawsuit in court now to get him off the ballot in New York.
Yes,
so,
I get it.
And that's going to bring back another independent party in New York if he gets enough.
And that's what this is more about than anything else.
Yeah.
It's about that third party.
Well, the interesting thing, I had heard rumblings that he was almost putting his support up for bid. For possible cabinet positions,
heard that too.
Hey, Harris, I'll drop out and support you if I get a.
Speaking
he's doing
of
the same offer to
someone who struggles with speech, we're talking about Biden, but Robert Kennedy is pretty rough.
He's had some weird moments.
Yeah. Anyway, the reality is it's going to be very interesting to see all of this and how it all unfolds. And one thing is for sure, we will be seeing you out there.
Oh, yeah. And there's going to be many more rallies coming up. We'll do some on the weekends as well, but we're doing them during the week, during high traffic periods. So the next one, again, August 21st, which is a Wednesday, Oriskany Boulevard, across from Whitesboro Fire Department from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then there's a fundraiser after that in Rome. And actually, Claudia Tenney's going to be in town, apparently, and she's going to help sponsor that fundraiser event for Esposito.
You probably follow her quite carefully. She's doing quite well out there.
Well, she's in a district she doesn't have a problem either.
Yeah.
A very conservative Republican district.
They love her
similar
out
to Elise Stefanik. Elise Stefanik's district is ridiculous, by the way. We were up in the Adirondacks.
It's enormous.
And, we were over in Plattsburgh. She goes from Plattsburgh right to the Canadian border, all the way to Rome now.
But
Rome
she's got,
is the largest.
I got to tell you, with her in her position, having her cover Griffiths is a good thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, and we got to keep her in there, and we got to get Brandon Williams reelected. That's a must. Again, if we really have problems if we don't.
All right, Jim Zecca, as always, we appreciate.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Your efforts.
Same here, and don't forget to go to www.cnyfortrump.com, and you could sign up, and we'll make sure you get the notifications on all the upcoming events.
There it is, right on YouTube. All right, good stuff. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
We'll do it again. We'll break and come back at WIBX.
This is Bill Cole from Gates Cole Insurance. Finding insurance coverage can be an overwhelming undertaking. As your local independent insurance company, we work hard for you to get the best coverage.
My name's Timothy Dean. I'm from Taberg, New York. We had a house fire. Got a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. My house was fully involved. That morning at 6 o'clock, I called. Leslie was my agent, and within a matter of 20 minutes, the agent had called me, and within a matter of 2 hours, the agent was on scene, assisting me with whatever I needed, and Gates Cole went above and beyond. I would highly recommend Gates Cole Insurance to anyone for the customer service that they have provided for me during not only my fire, but also for all my business needs.
This is Tom Cole. For insurance for your home, auto, business, and just about everything else, trust your local independent insurance agency. Gates Cole Insurance. We'll take care of you.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend is a premium freeze-dried raw dog food designed to support your dog's health, happiness, and lifespan. Save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of cod Crispies. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
Your order is back with a 90-day guarantee.
All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Get ready for this week's half-off Thursday deal with SeizeTheDeal.com. Score your half-off gift certificate to Madison Hotel this Thursday morning starting at 8. Get $50 for $25 with Seize the Deal's half-off Thursday. The Madison Hotel, home of the half-pound Gorge Burger. Try their jumbo wings and made-from-scratch meals. Women-owned and centrally located. Just a short drive from Utica, even shorter from the Valley. Get your half-off Thursday gift certificates this Thursday for Madison Hotel. Make sure you hurry because they sell out fast at SeizeTheDeal.com.
Hey, Ricky Z and everybody over at Steep Honey Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville have you covered. I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm driving down the road, Andrew, I see Mazdas everywhere.
They're all over the place.
They are all over the place.
They're a great vehicle.
That is the work of Ricky Z and everybody over at Steet. Is it possible to drive an award-winning Mazda with 0% APR financing? There's your question. And I'm going to tell you the answer is clear as day. Yes, at Steep Honey Mazda. Drive the new 2024 Mazda CX-5 SE model for only $285 a month on a 36-month lease, or save with 0%. That's 0% APR financing on select award-winning new 2024 Mazdas. See Steep Honey Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville for all of the details. And when you win it, you come in, it just is a different buying experience. It's comfortable. If you need service done, it's comfortable. They take care of you. They always have you covered. And as Ricky Z says, come on in. Let's make your deal on a new Mazda, where it's always easy to do business. Steep Honey Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. We have some cooler weather on the way and a little bit more rain. Full forecast and news next.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
President Biden will take center stage in prime time. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. He'll speak on the first night of the Democratic Convention in Chicago, supporting Vice President Harris as his replacement.
Senator Amy Klobuchar said that there are going to be tears of joy when President Biden walks into this hall tonight because he, quote, literally saved democracy and beat Donald Trump. And Democrats see his decision to abandon his re-election bid as another heroic act in that effort.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich in Chicago. This morning, House Republicans detailed their allegations in the Biden impeachment inquiry. Fox's Brooke Singman reports they claim the president helped his family make money in overseas business dealings.
As vice president, President Biden actively participated in this conspiracy by, among other things, attending dinners with his family's foreign business partners and speaking to them by phone, often when being placed on speakerphone by his son, Hunter Biden.
Democrats have called the inquiry a political stunt, lacking evidence of wrongdoing. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is in Israel, continuing his push for a ceasefire for Gaza.
It is time for everyone to get to yes and to not look for any excuses to say no.
Blinken just met with the prime minister, but Hamas is rejecting the latest offer, claiming that Benjamin Netanyahu changed the terms. Ukrainian troops remain inside Russia, working to cut off supply lines in a counter-invasion. Fox's Jonathan Savage reports Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is creating a buffer zone
to, in his words, destroy as much Russian war potential as possible. Officials claim Ukrainian forces have destroyed 2 bridges used to supply Russian troops. Moscow has called the incursion a major provocation and promised to strike back. Their military is making gains of its own in eastern Ukraine.
And in the city of Kharkiv today, Ukrainian authorities are ordering families to evacuate as Russian troops close in. 2 people are missing in Oxford, Connecticut, after heavy rain, a foot in some areas, caused flash flooding. America's listening to Fox News.
I opened a gold IRA with Noble Gold Investments. There's no better vote for your financial safety than precious metals. So Noble Gold Investments is giving away up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or a 10-ounce silver American flag bar with a qualifying account this month. Just use promo code TRUMP. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals. Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
The Democratic Convention starts the day after two polls from ABC and CBS give Vice President Harris the lead over former President Trump. He will campaign before tonight's speeches in York, Pennsylvania. Some Republicans urge him to stop personally attacking Harris.
South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is a staunch supporter of former President Donald Trump, but has been at times critical of him. On NBC's Meet the Press, Senator Graham said given how close this election could be, he urges the former president to focus his message.
His policies are good for America, and if you have a policy debate for president, he wins. Donald Trump, the provocateur, the showman, may not win this election.
Senator Graham adds a specific message is what Republicans need with less than 3 months to Election Day. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
There is a search at sea near Sicily after a luxury yacht sank in bad weather. One person is dead. The Italian Coast Guard is searching for 6 others missing. 15 were rescued. On Wall Street, stock futures are barely budging after last week's big gains. The transition to digital for just about everything continues, with another state readying virtual driver's licenses.
California has already been issuing a digital version of a driver license. They call it a mobile driver license, and it's been available through a proprietary app as part of a pilot program. But coming soon, California's digital IDs will be available to work with the wallet apps from both Apple and Google. They join just a handful of states that have developed digital driver licenses and state ID cards, including Arizona and Georgia. Often the law requires drivers to have their actual license with them, in addition to the digital one on their devices. Eben Brown, Fox News.
NASCAR drivers will be out at Michigan Speedway this morning after rain postponed yesterday's race. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. This update brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. We're at 69 degrees under sunny skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. Utica police are continuing their investigation into a shooting over the weekend that left a 75-year-old man dead. Officers say the victim was shot in the abdomen while on the porch of his home on Stark Street. He was rushed to a nearby hospital but could not be saved. It's believed the suspect fired several shots before leaving the scene. Anyone with information on the case is asked to come forward. The price at the pump keeps falling, and that is good news for Central New York drivers when it comes time to fill up. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel is $3.51. That's down a cent from last week, and is also 7 cents less than what people were paying last month. Currently, the state average is $3.54 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.41. The New York State Fair begins on Wednesday, and organizers are issuing some important reminders ahead of the event. First, Easy Pass Plus is no longer being accepted for parking on the fairgrounds property. Also, neither Apple Pay or Google Pay can be used to pay for either parking or admission. Several fair vendors do accept cash, and passes can be purchased online right now for Midway rides. The Midway will be open from 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. each day, except Labor Day. Onondaga County is now listing the locations that are going to be serving as early voting sites in the area. They include the Library, the Beauchamp Branch Library in Syracuse, Clay Town Hall Courtroom, Camillus Fire Department, and DeWitt Town Hall Courtroom. Early voting is scheduled to begin October 26th and run through November 3rd. Election day itself is Tuesday, November 5th. For more details, you can head to onondaga.gov. More than 1,000 UAW employees at Cornell University could walk off the job as early as today following the authorization of a strike. Union members who have positions in the dining, maintenance, and custodial fields are asking for higher pay to help with cost of living expenses. They also want free parking and workplace safety improvements. The school says a contingency plan is in place so that essential services are not impacted. And Eugene and Dan Levy will host the 76th Emmy Awards next month. They'll be the first ever father-son duo to host the awards show. Both actors took home Emmys at the 2020 ceremony during the pandemic, leading them to joke, "For two Canadians who won our Emmys in a literal quarantine tent, the idea of being asked to host this year as an actual theater was an incentive enough." Shogun leads the field this year with 25 nominations, followed by The Bear with 23. The Emmys will be held September 15th and air live on ABC. It's 8:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Adirondack Home Furniture.
Here's the latest for the WIBX Weather Center for today. Rain early, then cloudy with showers this afternoon. Some possible heavy rainfall and a high of 71. Tonight, a few showers this evening, overcast overnight, low near 50 degrees. And tomorrow, partly cloudy skies in the morning, giving way to cloudy skies at the afternoon. A slight chance of a rain shower, much cooler, high only 65. That's the latest. I'm Mike Johnson for WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, it's 67 degrees under cloudy skies at 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. We'll start with the major leagues. The Yankees were topped by the Tigers in the Little League Classic after another blown save by Clay Holmes. New York was taken down 3-2 in 10 innings by Detroit. Mark Leiter Jr. was tagged with the loss after allowing 2 runs, one of them earned, on 2 hits without recording an out in his relief appearance. DJ LeMahieu attempted to put the Bronx Bombers up in the top of the 10th with an RBI single, but New York lost the game. They're now tied atop the AL East at 73 and 52. They'll host the Cleveland Guardians for a 3-game series that begins tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium. And we are in need of serious help from the Mets. They were unable to finish the sweep after falling to the Marlins 3-2 in their finale at Citi Field. However, they'll be fighting for an NL wildcard spot. They're 2 games back at 64 and 60. They will be the host of the Baltimore Orioles for a 3-game series that begins tonight in Queens. To the NFL, Daniel Jones' return to game action did not go as planned. Giants head coach Brian Daboll indicated after their game against the Houston Texans that preseason is the time for making mistakes. Jones played in his first game since tearing his ACL last November, but struggled after completing only 11 of 18 passes for 138 yards and a pair of interceptions, one of them a pick six. The G-men were topped by the Texans 28-10. The Buffalo Bills got a preseason win with a score of 9-3, I believe it was. Davey, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was 9-6. Either way, they did win with a score of 9. And the Jets made a couple of roster moves on Sunday. Gang Green signed defensive tackle Jalen Twyman and placed wide receiver Malik Taylor on injured reserve. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:11.
Summer is here, and at Steve Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer, we're celebrating with unbeatable offers on trucks and SUVs perfect for your summer adventures. Check out the 2024 Trailblazer LS with the convenience package and remote start. Lease it now for just $279 a month. Or if you're ready to take on any terrain, drive away in the 2024 Equinox LS all-wheel drive Midnight Edition. Leased for only $349 a month. That's right. Both leases are for 3 years with 10,000 miles per year. Just $1,000 down payment plus all taxes and fees and your first payment due on delivery. But remember, you must qualify for top-tier credit through GM Financial and have a current lease in your household. Hurry in. These sizzling summer deals end August 31st. See why it's always easy to do business at Steet Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer or online at SteetPawneeChevy.com. Together, let's drive Steet Pawnee Chevrolet, where summer drives and unbeatable deals come together.
Are you ready to beat the heat and get fit? Hi, this is Lisa from Fit Body Boot Camp in Whitesboro and in Clinton. At Fit Body Boot Camp, the environment is cool and the workouts are hot. My team of Rockstar certified coaches promise that you'll leave feeling sweaty. Nope, not because of the heat, but because of our invigorating workouts designed to provide you with unbelievable energy and strength. But how do you get started? Well, I'll make it real easy for you. All you need to do is call us at 315-725-3789 or find us on Facebook and sign up for 3 free sessions.
Hi, I'm Pete from Big Apple Music and Electronics. Do you want to protect your property or business? We sell and install hundreds of camera surveillance systems each year, and we are New York State licensed. Big Apple Music sells security cameras with Starlight night vision, giving the best picture in the dark so you have the best chance of catching criminals. Our showroom is located on Commercial Drive in New Hartford, where we can give you a demonstration or we'll come spec the job at your location. Big Apple Music, 315-732-4162.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo, Executive Director of the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. Here in Utica, we're not just growing, we are flourishing. Be sure to support our new businesses and our local economy.
A-List Salon and Beauty Bar, 227 Elizabeth Street, Utica. Fab 5 Events can be reached at fab-5-events.com. The newly renovated Opuston Apartments, 1431 Genesee Street, Utica.
Please join the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce in welcoming these new businesses. Here we grow again.
Hi, I'm Cesar Milan. People are always commenting on how happy and healthy my dogs are. One of the reasons is the food my dogs eat.
Introducing Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend, a premium freeze-dried raw dog food.
I have been feeding them Dr. Marty's freeze-dried raw formula for years. And this food is a big part of why their jaws are more flexible, their teeth are cleaner, and their coats shinier, and why they seem more youthful and playful.
And dog parents across the U.S. are loving it.
My dog Hazel is a 10-and-a-half-year-old golden retriever, and ever since I've been feeding her Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend food, she is like a puppy again. It's unbelievable.
We're so confident your dog will love it. Your order is backed with a 90-day guarantee. And for a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and get a free bag of Cod Krispies. They're wild-caught, ultra-crunchy cod skin treats. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511. Text DEAL to 511-511 today. All dogs are unique. Your dog results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hey, the official coffee of the Keeler in the Morning radio program is Daylight Donuts. In New Hartford, Chuck Sedella and everybody over there, they have your back when you drive in. You're in the drive-thru, you're on your way. Not sitting in the drive-thru all day long. You can try any of their lattes, iced coffee. It's going to be cool the next couple of days. Maybe you want everything hot. Breakfast sandwiches, bagels, donuts, all of it at Daylight Donuts in the village of New Hartford.
Yes.
Coming up, the Mohawk Valley Edge Leading Edge Awards are coming up. And this year, they will be very special. On the line right now is Mark Baracco with Mohawk Valley Edge. Mark, good morning. Thanks so much for coming on.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for the opportunity.
All right, let's talk about the tribute to Steve DeMaio.
Sure. So obviously we wanted to really share a lot of the stories about Steve's historic contributions to the Mohawk Valley region. And I think everybody from our board to a lot of the colleagues that have worked with Steve for the last 20, 30, even 40 years have all collectively said, you know, we need to do something to really honor Steve and just all of the work that he has done throughout the course of his time at Edge and even dating back to working with the city of Utica in the 80s. So with that, we decided that we were going to solely honor Steve. In the past, we award businesses in the community for their stewardship and their success. But a lot of those businesses that we have supported have also said, Steve, without Steve, this would not be possible.
Yeah.
So we are going to also honor Steve with the Christopher DeCito Award. I wanted to mention specifically that Roanne was very adamant that we do this, and we wanted to make sure that we were honoring her late husband as well, who also was very closely aligned with Steve and so much of the success that happened here in Rome and at Griffith especially.
Certainly a tremendous loss for this community.
It really is. And I think the one thing that we wish to do, not only this year, but in the future, is really document the historic contributions that he's provided, specifically with Rome and the closure of Griffiths. Flash forward to now, the Business and Technology Park will surpass over $1 billion in both public and private investment. 7,800 employees work here at the Griffiths Park. They travel from 16 different counties every day. If you would have said that would be the future back in 1994, 95, I think a lot of people would have said you were out of your mind. Yeah. But Steve never backed away from a challenge. There were setbacks, there were difficulties along the way, but there was no more committed individual that has served this community more than Steve, and I think so many people who will speak at this awards would attest to that.
Yeah. You say you wouldn't back away from a challenge, but the truth was too, there was a vision, and he stuck true to that vision. Mm-hmm. And at a time when it seemed like, we weren't going to be successful, he saw it and stayed consistent.
He really did, and he was always willing to learn something, to kind of really stretch himself to understand, what the missing pieces of the puzzle were and how to navigate that, whether it was through working with the state of New York, with our businesses, obviously our elected leaders were very closely intertwined with Steve's work, and he could explain it to people as well.
Yeah.
So if there was something that needed to get done and we were just having trouble, kind of communicating that, Steve would find the time and find the way to break this down to really get us to where we needed to be. And I'm so really touched by all of the stories and different examples that have been used over the years of Steve, in some ways being, very, very funny about it. He had a great sense of humor. Obviously, he would be talking about the Yankees now and their struggles. He had an encyclopedic history of baseball and the Yankees. And sometimes, and actually a funny story that we heard the other day was, you could tell how Steve was feeling based upon the box scores or how the game was going. So he often took work home with him, and if he was watching the game while he was working, those emails would kind of tell the story of how the team was doing at that particular point.
This all will happen. The Leading Edge Awards honoring Steve DeMeo will happen on September 12th. You can go to mvedge.org for details. And it'll be a big event, but an important event, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. And we want this to be a celebration. I think a lot of people who will speak were friends and colleagues of Steve. So we really just want folks to know that, he would want us to continue to move the ball forward. He probably would be a little bit, kind of not so enthused about being honored himself, because it was always about the region. It was always about the people, and his heart was in this community every single day of his life.
Okay, Mark, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you. That will be a big event, again, coming up in September. Some comments you have there, Andrew Dominio?
Yeah, there's a couple. John from Bridgewater, he had let us know that West Winfield got hit again.
That's all part of that stretch of Brewer Road, Elizabethtown Road, Cedarville, Route 51 into West Winfield. That area got pounded with what is believed by witnesses to have been a tornado yesterday. Another one.
Yep. Deeds in New Hartford fired up this morning. Well, dropping a vein on the floor and then washing it off and putting it in the patient incorrectly kind of doesn't give people the warm and fuzzies surrounding Wynn, a hospital named after a man who settled out of court for sexual assault, Utica keeping it classy.
I don't agree with that. I mean, whatever happened there happened, but this is a guy that is worth a lot of money and wanted to invest in his community.
Where he was born and raised.
Yeah, and those hotels and resorts, all that stuff named after him. So whatever happened during that is separate from the contribution that he made to this community. Sorry, I disagree.
Yes. Let's see. There's a few YouTube comments.
I've got some stuff. The county fair, Jay Wick says the county fair was awesome. However, the prices, chicken tenders, $12, 4 small ones. Add fries, a small portion, $25. Saying that was too expensive. Awesome parking, security, entertainment, though. This is a review of the fair, Davey. You should have been there. And they ran out of sausage and peppers. That's a big deal. Also asking Bill, when do we close our pool for the year?
Oh, that's a good question. Excellent question.
Well,
you're not going to close it till November.
We got a heat wave coming. There's going to be September's going to be hot.
We're having a heat wave.
Here's how I feel it's important. We have trees surrounding our property, so when the leaves start clogging up the filter, that's when I can't keep up with it. That's when I close it.
Oh, that's a good rule of thumb.
So that's usually first or second week in October. John is I believe John is our QAnon John.
Oh, QAnon John.
He said,
QAnon John.
Eggs in Russia are like 79 cents.
Like each?
Yeah. And they also don't charge you when they put you in prison for criticizing the government. They don't charge you a penny. They just put you in prison.
Stop whining.
You may never come out. Mr. Nice Guy, good morning all. Tyreek Hill has been running his mouth way too much. He has a child every 800 yards. Oh, boy. Timothy Toolman, nice to see Zecca back in the studio. And back to QAnon Job. QAnon John. I doubt Kamala does not make it. Well, there's a double negative. So how do you?
I don't know what he means there.
I doubt that she will not. In other words, I expect her to make it.
I doubt really what Kamala does not make it.
That means
he doubts that she will.
He doubts that she will not, so he will. He believes that he will, not doubts.
I do not know what's going on.
See what I'm saying? That's why you don't use double negatives.
That's how QAnon is.
It gets way too confusing. Got a break. We'll come right back. County Executive Anthony Pacini is coming up at WIBX.
My Carl's back-to-school clearance is on. Rocker recliners, just $199. Power recliners, $299. Sofa and matching chair, $399. Only at My Carl's, New Hartford Shopping Center.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-403-5566. That's 800-403-5566. 800-403-5566.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you ready to smell better naked? I'm Dr. Shannon Klingman, the OBGYN creator of Lumi, the whole body deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours on pits, feet, privates, and beyond. It's pH optimized to safely and effectively control odor anywhere you have it, but wish you didn't. Plus, it's proven to work better than a shower with soap alone. Whether you shower twice a day or 3 times a week, Lumi works better. And who doesn't want zero body odor? With over 200,000 5-star reviews, I'm so sure you're going to love it, or you can return it for free.
There's a special offer for listeners. Use code BETTER and get 15% off your first purchase with code BETTER, like the Lumi Starter Pack, Acidified Body Wash, or new Lumi Plus Sweat Control. That's LUME Deodorant.com, code BETTER for 15% off your first purchase. Love it or return it for free. That's LUME Deodorant.com, code BETTER to save 15% today.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, is it Jay in Vernon? Hey, Jay, good morning. How are you? Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing today?
Good, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I got to tell you a little about price. I just got back from Alaska. My wife's from Alaska. We went to visit. She got twin brothers up there and a grandson.
That has to be an amazing trip.
I've been 3-4 times. I've been in February once. Her twin brothers turned 50, and we got off the plane. It was like 27 below. But anyway,
yeah,
I
we don't
went
know
up
cold.
there and they wanted me to make my famous stuffed peppers. So I said, I will go to the market. So I go to the green bell peppers. I see $1.99. I'm thinking a pound. They're $1.99 a piece for a green bell pepper. So I bought 10 of that. Yeah, 10 of those was $20. And then ground beef was on sale. I don't know what it was, but my brother-in-law says, "Hey, get ground reindeer. It's just as good." They sell ground reindeer up there, it's like
yummy.
we sell beef.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they had milk on sale, 2 gallons for $10.
Wow.
On sale. So needless to say, I bought a bottle of Tito's and a couple 12 packs of beer. It cost me almost $100 to make 10
Wow. That is, well, I got to tell you, we don't realize how good we really have it. And you look around the world as well, the cost of things elsewhere versus here.
The thing is, I just went out in the garden yesterday and picked about 8 or 10 nice bell peppers, some long hot, some hill. They can't grow gardens up there because of the permafrost and the sunlight and all that. So everything's got to come in on either on a rail
imported
or
in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's the case. Yeah.
Except probably the reindeer is probably cheap.
Well, yeah, they farm reindeer up there because dairy cows can't live up there because of the weather, obviously, only beef cattle. No, the reindeer was probably better for you, and it was like $1.99 a pound.
How do you beat that?
We got some dry ice and brought 10, 12 pounds home with us.
That's really cool.
Nice.
They make more money up there, obviously, but in the long run, I mean, there's a gold mine waiting to be tapped up there. If you're an electrician or a plumber or carpenter, you can go up there and start work the very next day.
They also look for, there are a lot of things they look for. Like, for instance, teachers. You could teach in Alaska and you can make a lot of money teaching.
Well, a lot of those Eskimos, they get that everybody that's up there is you stamp residency for 1 year. The state of Alaska gives everybody a Skype and money, and it fluctuates anyway. But those Eskimos are self-sufficient, so that money there, that's just for their fire water and their bullets,
Yeah. Gotta love that. All right, Jay, good stuff, man. We appreciate it.
Enjoy your day, guys.
Puts it all in in perspective, doesn't it? A little bit, for the most part.
Yeah, and they have to A lot of people have to carry or have their weapons readily available because of the wildlife that lives among the locals there.
What was the sci-fi type show with Jodie Foster that was just recently a series? We watched that. And that was up in Alaska. Where
they say there's a lot of UFO sightings.
They would go walking into the
the mist, the fog.
Maybe that was it.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Yeah, the fog came. Are you familiar with it?
No, I didn't see it. No, but I think that is a series.
We watched it. We did watch it. Today is National Soft Serve Ice Cream Day.
Oh, True Detective Night Country.
True Detective. Yep. That's what it was. That was up in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Today is National Soft Ice Cream Day. I wish we had a Mr. Softy.
I know we've talked about this before.
It is really a shame.
I'll tell you got the Mr. Ding-a-ling truck that goes through the neighborhood.
Yeah, with the novelties. It doesn't have the soft serve ice cream.
It's sometimes very annoying.
Eugene and Dan Levy, we saw in the news, will be hosting the Emmy Awards September 15th. They hosted the SAG Awards together back in 2020. Here's a clip from that. These two, father and son, will be, I think, will be hilarious.
Welcome, everybody, to the 26th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards.
The SAG Awards. And for this incredibly glamorous group of people tonight, SAG is such an unfortunate acronym. And just to clarify one thing, Daniel and I are not your hosts tonight. We're here to greet you and get things started. Mm-hmm. And there are two key things that differentiate us from actual hosts.
That's true. Number one, we will not be reappearing throughout the show.
And two, we aren't being paid.
That's also true. Very generous.
Good.
Yeah.
I think they'll be very funny.
I agree.
If you watch any of their stuff.
Yeah, father and son, they almost probably can sense what the other one's going to say, their chemistry, and they feed off each other well. And they had that great show they did together.
Yes, which was written by the son.
Yeah, I forget the name of it now, but it was on Netflix.
House on the shore in North Carolina fell into the ocean.
Shit Street Creek.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you. House on the shore of North Carolina fell into the ocean. We listened to this clip earlier. Holy crap. Listen to this.
Holy
Oh my God! Oh my God!
That is, they're saying,
cannot believe that.
Hurricane Ernesto, bringing the rip currents into the area, and as a result, this is the 7th in that area, in the Outer Banks. In the last 4 years, it has fallen into the ocean. You're seeing the same thing happen out in California on the Pacific. And it's really, really bad.
So looking at this video, you can see it was one of the homes that's on stilts, and so when that rip current came in, just kind of pulled it right down. Wow! If you look at it, it's unbelievable.
Today is also National Potato Day, if you care about that at all. And by the time you know it, school will be back in session. Mm-hmm. 1 week from this Thursday, several schools in the area will have their Superintendent's Day and all of that, bring the teachers in. The students will start right after Labor Day, which is, believe it or not, 2 weeks from today.
Hard to believe.
Is that right?
There's a tie-in, too, between National Potato Day and the back to school. You know, potato, in a lot of ways, makes vodka, so there'll be a lot of teachers consuming vodka prior to the start of the school year.
Coming up, County Executive Anthony Pacini. We'll do him next. He's in studio. It's next to WIBX.
Let's face it, life can just get messy. John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation will take care of it for you. If you need help with clearing out your home or commercial building, John's Cleanouts will handle it. We understand sometimes it's more than just a cleanout, it's an accumulation of someone's life. We go the extra mile to do the job with integrity, and we're fully insured in the industry. Call John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation today and take the stress out of your mess.
Do you know what time of year it is? It's our annual 50% off window installation sale at New York Sash.
Now, for a limited time, you can get 50% off the installation of any new window.
Need one new window? 50% off installation. 2 new windows? 50% off installation. 10 new windows? 50% off installation.
Choose from double hung, slider, bay, and more. Whatever window you need, we've got it all. All our windows are 50% off installation, and with our windows, you always get energy efficiency, long-lasting beauty, and lifetime warranties.
And did we mention 50% off installation right now?
Plus, with New York Sash, you get a stress-free, hassle-free, headache-free experience because our installers are true certified craftsmen. We never use subcontractors.
So take advantage of our 50% off new window installation. It happens once a year, and it's happening now.
Sale ends soon, so drop by our showroom at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro or call us at 624-7344 and visit NewYorkSash.com.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Potting Shed Antiques in Whitesboro is buying silver, gold-filled, vintage costume, estate jewelry, and U.S. and Canadian coins. They've been your hometown buyer for the past 52 years. While other gold and silver buyers claim to offer the highest prices, the Potting Shed Antiques actually delivers. Let Don Hartman take a look at your individual pieces or your entire collection. The Potting Shed Antiques, open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Please call ahead for an appointment. Visit thepottingshedsantique.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Other than that, it was wonderful, I will tell you. In studio right now is County Executive Anthony Pisani, and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Got you there. Welcome back to the studio.
Well, yeah, it's good. Welcome back, you too.
Yeah. We watched last night The Two Popes. If you ever get a chance to see that, it was really.
Oh, I did watch that.
That was really good, wasn't it?
It was excellent. I thought it was.
It's a little
anything Anthony Hopkins is in.
Anything he's in. I thought there were times where I'm like, he doesn't look anything like Pope Benedict at all. And then I'm looking, actually, he does. He looked just like him.
I mean, he
doesn't look anything like Hannibal Lecter anymore either.
He really fit into. He really, got into that role.
Oh my God, yeah. So the fact that we were part of our vacation was a day at the Vatican in touring. We spent the time watching this last night. Oh my God, we were there. We were over there. Pretty incredible. Yeah. And then that moment, and this is in the movie, that moment that the two of them are back and beyond the Sistine Chapel, and they let in people, and then
they're stuck.
Benedict was like, well, you know what? Let's just walk through. And they walked through the Sistine. Can you imagine the people who were just tourists there? Yeah. And all of a sudden, the Pope and the future Pope.
And that was a true.
And that's a true story.
True piece.
Yeah, really was something. If you get a chance to watch it, it's on Netflix. I think we are really concerned. I've been using a lot of hand sanitizer today over monkeypox. How did this happen?
I really don't know. I was the state health department. I don't know what happened.
Somehow the map ended
reported
up
reported cases here that were not here.
2 here, 1 in Otsego, 7 in Onondaga County.
Yeah, and there were none here.
Yeah,
I mean we had one back in I don't know if it was 22 or early 23 that came up.
I went back and looked at the map, and I still struggled figuring it out. It said in the last 7 days there was 1 case in New York. Now, is that true?
It was in Dutchess County.
In Dutchess County,
right?
Yeah.
And I can't blame. Obviously, I'm not blaming the media. I mean, the state health department puts something out. You believe it's accurate, and so
it's funny because
we had the scramble and
I posted the story here, and it's funny. I was looking at the map and I said, okay, 1 in the last 7 days. When are and that was in Dutchess County. So when were the 2 cases here reported?
Right.
And I could, based on that map, I could not get it to manipulate to be able to figure out when. Well, it turned out those 2 cases were like 8 years ago or something.
Right. Right.
But you could not tell from the map.
No, and then trying to correct everything throughout was a task in itself because they were still reporting that they were there, but then they were reporting, but the county said there weren't any. So we were like, we had to literally
there weren't any.
No, there weren't any.
Yeah,
it's not that we're saying there weren't any, and they're saying there were.
It's hard to write a story that says it's hard to write a story that says we were incorrect.
We were incorrect.
Yeah, and even though the information given to us was incorrect,
right? It was.
There would be no
like
way
I said,
for us to verify
it. Some people thought it was a media mistake, and we explained it was not.
Ultimately, you know what? I should have reached out to your office to say. What when were these 2 cases?
But I would think the only thing I would tell the public is that in cases of which something like that would ever occur, you would hear from us immediately. You would not have to wait for the state of New York to tell you something happened 2 weeks before or a month before in Oneida County. That would not be the case.
You guys tend to be very proactive.
We do.
And get out in front of those things.
We get out, and it's, with the health warnings, whether we went through obviously COVID and all the other pieces, but, when there's rabies, when there's other triple E virus or any of those things, we're right out the door.
So I came back with the flu. Now that to me is something that it's a really good example of how today things travel around the world.
Yeah, they do.
People who travel, this is that time of year, and we then come home, bring stuff at home, and then that's it. But this was the flu I had was, coming off the cancer diagnosis, which should not really affect me because at that point the medicine has already been really working very well. Sure. My numbers are really back down to where they should be. But you're still putting this medicine in you, and you've come up with the flu. For me, it lasted 4 days with a temperature that spiked over 103.
Oh. So this is an Italian flu, you're thinking?
I believe it came from the Pope.
Came from the Pope.
When I was sitting with him, going over some things.
Yeah.
I think this was an American sitting behind me on the airplane for 9 hours. Hacking up a lung.
Well, that's the
problem.
I've heard a lot of people that have traveled, and that's where the COVID numbers are up again.
Yep. And so here's the problem. So you travel, and people are almost certainly getting sick. So I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a percentage. And now you're over in some other country. You have to get home. So what do? You cover the symptoms. You jack up on whatever medicine you can. You get on there, but what they really should do is wear a mask.
Wear a mask,
and they don't.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. So, all right, we're past the monkeypox.
Yeah, sure.
Let's start with the Rome Relief Fund. Still room for people to give. Still a strong need, but the deadline is coming up.
Deadline's coming up on the. We wanted to make sure that we. Word got out, and obviously it has, and we have somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 plus applicants that we've gone through and have authorized at least I think we're at like 1.4 million in commitments, and as people verify their expenses and the affidavits that they need to fill out. We're distributing checks. I think we've moved out over 300, well over 300,000 so far, and we'll do more. We'll keep doing that as they come in.
So that is because I think the county you gave what $1 million.
$1 million.
So another 350,000 has been
collected.
There's
what I'm saying is we committed. There's 1.4 has been committed. We've distributed about 300 of that already.
I see. Okay.
People still have to come back in. The initial piece is going through the call center, and signifying what expenses you're looking for, what are approved by us, because we've been, there are certain things we cannot reach into, but primarily it's been on insurance deductibles, tree removal, because trees, unless the tree hits your house, it's not an insurance.
Right.
It's not an insurance issue.
Yeah.
So, but we know that people have
and
a
if
lot
if your neighbor's tree falls on your pool or your yard,
right.
It's the
neighbors.
There are all these insurance
it's very
rules about it.
So that's why we included tree removal. We included dumpsters. We've included things that we've felt that were above and beyond, or at least
even the
out of the
deductible,
depending on the circumstance, sure, is another significant.
And insurance right now is, I don't know what's going on with insurance, but it is sky high right now with rates going up. Not just homeowners, but auto insurance.
So of that 1.4, we've distributed already about 3, but we've put in $1 million, and the community has contributed, significantly. And if we have to, backfill anything over the next few days, we'll do that, and we'll honor whatever comes in.
So
that time.
How about, it looks like we had, it's not confirmed yet, but it looks like another tornado yesterday afternoon in Cedarville, which is between Alien and West Winfield.
Right. Yeah. Right.
What is going on?
I don't know. We had a lot. We had some pretty heavy rain last night.
Yeah.
We closed 3 roads last night.
I would have thought 5 in Westmoreland was.
It wasn't. We didn't close that.
Okay.
I know we closed the road in Florence. We closed the road in Camden. Roads in Camden, which are reopened this morning. So. All is good. All is well there, but
that rain
just came down, and the good thing was the flooding and the roads did not impact any evacuation or houses. It was strictly roadway and just overflow, and luckily it didn't damage the roads. So we'll evaluate those this morning. But
again, not first of all, the tornado aspect of this, if it was a tornado in Herkimer County, certainly not common. The number that we've had in New York State this year, by no means not common.
Well, even last Thursday, and it was the 15th, we were traveling up north, and as we were going up, it was getting darker, and then the tornado warning came again on my phone. I'm like, can this be?
Again,
it's following me. We were going up, but luckily it dissipated and just came with the downpour or whatever.
Even when it's not a tornado, South Utica last week, I think, had
last
some
Friday.
microbursts.
Last Friday, they were
let the trees down and power out.
So I think it was the 9th.
It has been a summer of crazy weather.
Great weather, but but then the spurts of crazy weather.
And then out of nowhere, we'll spend tomorrow and Wednesday in the mid-60s.
Right.
Yuck.
That just makes no. Right. It'll be 80s by the weekend again. So this weather is really, and that's not hurricane related.
No,
we didn't see any of this Ernesto hurricane at all.
Not really.
Georgian Arms Apartment. Let's talk about that.
Yes. A lot of misrepresentation in terms of what's been happening there. Obviously, that building has first of all, as far as the building goes, there's a great deal of work that has to be done, just like on so many other structures in the city, including ours. That will take months, and and who knows what else it'll lead to in terms of repairs. But the people that have been displaced are being taken care of, and we are in constant communication, and we will not let them be evicted from wherever they currently are. And that's our role, and has been, and will continue to be. So we are in constant communication with the residents through the Office for the Aging, DSS, but also through Liberty Housing and CRM Management, we are in constant discussions with them, and we'll make arrangements as we go forward, because there's been a lot of different stories that, and what happens is, like anything, there's some people have uncertainty and get panicky and say something, and it travels.
But people aren't being displaced, are they?
No, they're not. Not right now.
In our conversation with them, didn't they say it would be? Do you remember this?
So, well, there was one woman was able to actually go back to her apartment. She called into the show.
Some are back.
And then CRM is the management company that handles the Georgian Arm apartments. They had been picking up the tab, is my understanding, at one of the hotel or temporary shelters, but they were unable to.
They're unable to continue
that
it at that level
with financially. Right. So there has been a difficulty with paying for this alternative housing for the Georgian Arm Apartments residents. So,
but we will make, we do this every day in somewhere throughout this county with variety of people who have been displaced for whatever reasons, and this one being what the circumstances that it is, it makes it even more unique, because it's not of their own making in that regard, and it's not of some other situation. It's of a tornado, and so we'll adjust that, and we'll make sure they have, they will have a place to stay. They won't be put out on the street.
Yeah. I want to switch to the parking garage is now open.
Yes, it is.
And how long does it remain free?
There's
a booth there ready to charge if need be.
Yeah,
they are ready.
They are. Yes. I think we talked about. I think in the next, just a few more things that got to get buttoned up. So probably in another month or so.
I think
and then it's $2 an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
After the initial 2 hours.
That's pretty good, or in a good way.
It is.
Pretty affordable.
And our reason for that, and so that everybody, and we've said it, but I keep saying it again, is, look, we have so many public spots there. We want to make accommodations for the people that are visiting and people that are, outpatients in that hospital. Obviously, the emergency room has a set number of spots for the public that are not, not in that regard. But on the other hand, it's just to make sure that, we don't have people just staying there all day long and, that are in other businesses or other locations.
How will you handle, because you can park there if you go to a Comets game, for instance.
Right, you can.
Will there be any worry that all of a sudden the Comets crowd will fill it up and there won't be enough for the hospital?
No, I think we've got
reserved spaces.
We've got reserved spaces. We've got a plan in place, and we'll look at, especially we've talked to we've been in great rapport with the hospital in terms of looking at ways in which, when they know that those, because the weekends are a different nature for the hospital itself. Mm-hmm. So that may open up some of the other spots. If there's a bigger event at the Autumn, we can coordinate some of that and open up some of the employee spots for that if we need to, and figure out a way to do it. But the reviews, I've had people tell me that it's great. They, park.
I was in it.
It's so well lit at night, and going through the entranceway is wonderful. And I've talked to Darlene a couple times. Strom said, the CEO, and she says, we love it. It's just been people rave about it coming in. So I'm glad it's working out.
Yeah, I was in the ER 2 weeks ago, and I don't know how it worked out, but we drove in and there was a parking spot right there. Which was perfect. And again, the experience at the hospital was tremendous. Everybody was incredibly helpful, and it was all very positive. Nobody wants to be there, right?
No, I mean, no one does. And sometimes I think we expect, obviously, in a lot of ways in life, we expect miracles when we walk into a hospital, and it's tough. It's tough work, and those people work. They, the hospital workers, they work. I mean, you've seen it firsthand. Yep. We all have in one way or another.
Yeah,
it's a tough job.
Well, and not everybody's in a good mood when you're at the ER. But I got to tell you, the fact that you now have there's a room. You go to a room. I spoke to somebody yesterday that was in the ER the day before, over the weekend, and they said, at St. Luke's, when she was there a couple of years ago, she spent 24 hours on a bed in a hallway.
Right.
Here she had a room, and
they've got nice size.
A lot of
the emergency room
rooms.
is got 70 or 75 or whatever the number is, and Like it's like you said, nobody walks into a hospital feeling really good about themselves and say it's not like going to the Ritz.
Yeah.
You're going.
So, and I also thought it was quite interesting. So along with it comes some new stuff, new equipment. So they said we're going to take a chest X-ray. I expected to be rolled out to somewhere to get a chest X-ray. Instead, they bring a remote unit in or roll it in. Everybody leaves the room. They take the pictures and it's done.
Right.
Right there in your ER room.
And they couldn't do that before.
That was not done before. So that's a positive. All right. Anything else we wind down the summer here?
Yeah, we wind down the summer, but we've still got, we talk about the tornado and we've still got a lot of work to do and been working very closely with the mayor and his staff and our team and we've got those pieces yet to put in place and still have some FEMA applications that we have to, or our overall application, we asked for an extension because of the extent of the damages that we've had and the difficulty in calculating all of those losses and damages. So we asked for an extension last week to give us a little more time to compile. We're both, between the city and the county, just on the public side, we're both in the 20 million plus range of damages, which is pretty amazing considering, and it gives you the overall insight of what something of that magnitude can do. And that's not counting, that's not even counting the public or the private, private damages that we've seen.
It is incredible. If you had, just the pictures alone, you don't have to see it in person. It really is incredible.
We'll be focusing on that plan. We got our budget coming up again. It's budget time, so all of that is fun.
County Executive Anthony Pacini, thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, we mentioned today is National Soft Ice Cream Day.
Potato Day, I thought you said.
And Potato Day. Mike says, have you ever had Blue Bunny soft ice cream? It's sold in grocery stores. It's amazing. Ignore the calories. So we got to get you to get a Mr. Softy truck back in the area.
We got to get Mr. Softy.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. We'll work on it.
Got to go. News coming up straight ahead. We're back tomorrow.
By now, you've probably heard of Upside, the free app that gets you real cash back at gas stations. But Upside is so much more than just a gas app. Upside lets you earn cash back at more than 85,000 grocery stores, gas stations, and restaurants, including popular national chains and local favorites. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back on your purchase. There are no complicated points or rebates. With Upside, you can earn up to $10 cash back every time you go to the grocery store or dine out. That's up to $10 right back in your pocket on every meal out and every grocery run. The best part? You can earn on top of your credit or debit card rewards. Download Upside today. Use promo code SNACK10 and get a 10% cashback bonus on your first purchase. Get the Upside app and use promo code SNACK10 for an extra 10% cashback bonus. That's promo code SNACK10. Offers vary by user and location. Terms and conditions apply. Go to upside.com for details.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome,
W295EI,
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
It's President Biden's night. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. He'll speak on the first day of the Democratic Convention, weeks after dropping out of the race, supporting Vice President Harris, who will accept the nomination Thursday.
So this is effectively a big show.
to say that a new leader is taking the stage with the president's blessing and all is good.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich also reports from Chicago.
We're getting a better sense of how Harris is using this convention, and it's shaping up to have a message that's light on policy and heavy on vibes, that it's time to unite and take the fight to Trump.
The former president and his running mate J.D. Vance plan to campaign this week in battleground states to counter the Democrats' message. There'll be a Trump rally this afternoon in York, Pennsylvania.